58 Live is the place to be for quality broadcast for you to see. They deliver prime coverage like Amazon. No matter what day of the week you see them on, you don't need to double check. The truth is clearer than air. Treat it like a viral video and share. There's no comparison, no equal to mention. You can see for yourself, let it have your attention. From the beginning you'll see what you would have hated to miss, and the recapable moment. So keep dropping the hits. Turn up the volume, grab your favorite seat, so sit back right now and enjoy what's on screen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, glad to have everybody with us. Doing a little high school football here, getting ready for some fun across the board. If you're a high school fanatic, we are here for you. We got some nice football action. We're going to start off with North Forsyth and Shiloh, but we're going to also bring in, did somebody say something like this? Oh, yeah. Somebody said something. Let's bring in the good old-fashioned North Clayton matchup, and everything messes up when I hit buttons, man. I'm just not allowed to hit buttons at this point. That's even better. So we'll bring that back until I figure it out. I've got two hosts involved. I got Craig Chapman and Adam. I'm tired. Alex Schaefer. Alex, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Bo. How are you?
I'm going to call you Adam the rest of the night, man. It's okay. What about you there, Craig Chapman? How you doing, sir?
I am awesome.
All right.
It's my off week. I'm enjoying watching some football without the stress.
I hear you, man, without the stress right now. So we'll try to get you a little clicked into the Trinity North Clayton game, but right now we have North Forsyth and Shiloh. Gentlemen, I'm going to let you take it away, talk a little bit about this game, and I'll throw some curveballs your way. We also have a Hebron Christian Academy. If you want to turn into Score 58 Network, you can watch that. And the NFSH Network is your place to be for high school football here in the state of Georgia. But it also costs a little money to watch that. GPTV's got a great game tonight. Milton versus North Cobb, and 8 o'clock kickoff. We got Douglas County on Peachtree TV. Douglas County versus Langston Hughes. High school football in full effect. Just tune in anywhere here in the state of Georgia and enjoy some football here on a Friday night. Sit back and enjoy. Craig, Alex, take it over. Call this game and enjoy yourselves, gentlemen.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to have a good one here tonight with North Forsyth taking on Shiloh. North Forsyth coming in here at 3-2, and Shiloh's at 1-3. But these are two really high-powered offenses coming in to play tonight. North Forsyth is sitting at 111 points scored, and Shiloh has scored 95 themselves. So should see some fireworks here tonight, Craig.
It's going to be fun to watch. I haven't seen a whole lot of Shiloh, and what I have seen out of North Forsyth has been a lot. They're very, very, very multiple on offense. Mm-hmm. So it'll be fun to watch and see. I've only seen them now. Let me make this point. I've seen them in 7-on-7s. Mm-hmm. So I've watched them. For small periods of time on TV when I get an opportunity to do that during our season. So it should be interesting to see what they look like when it's 11-on-11, but they got a legit passing game. I do know that much.
Absolutely. North Forsyth is coming in now 1-0 in the region. They took care of business against Jackson County last week, won 14-3 for their first region win of the season. Shiloh hasn't played in region yet. This is going to be their first region game, so sitting at an even 0-0 are Shiloh, and it'll be really interesting as we start the early part of region play. We're about 4 or 5 games in for everybody in the season so far, about midway through.
Oh, we're definitely midway through, man.
Everybody is getting into region play now, and so
you can feel the tightness come across Alex. Across the board, everybody is playing, and you only can think there's a lot of teams that are on a bye right now.
Yep.
Yes, there are.
I'm talking to one right now, but I mean, in that sense, where everybody's like, okay, let's see what happens here. This is the first region play. Shiloh's at the bottom of the region in this standings. North Forsyth's at the top. It'd be very interesting to see how everything else plays out.
So we're going to get a reduced field kickoff right here. If I had to bet, I would bet they're going to try to kick it in that corner down there, pin the return team.
North Forsyth there on the left in that gorgeous purple, and then you've got Shiloh over there in the white and gray.
I really like Shiloh's uniforms.
Well, purple's my favorite color, so I really like North Forsyth.
There you go.
All right, why is purple your favorite color? We need a little understanding about Alex right now.
Because it's the first color I ever wore and saw myself in and thought, hey, you know what? I look pretty good in this.
And then you went blue. Okay, just saying out loud. All right, here we go.
So nice deep kick down to about the 5. And good kickoff coverage down there. They're going to take him down just outside of the 20, about cross to the 21, maybe 22. And so Shiloh will start off with decent field position, but also good field position for North Forsyth, kind of in that gray area there of not quite touchback area, a little bit extra, but still pretty decent field position there. 78 yards to go for a score as they start off at the 22-yard line. And
Jacob Shirley, right? Yeah, Jacob Shirley, middle linebacker, number 42, and number 51, Dylan Parker, also a middle linebacker, combined for the stop right there on the kickoff.
And right away, North Forsyth's got some good size and some good push up front.
Wow, what
a great attempt there. Couldn't quite bring that one in, but an excellent attempt at the catch down the sideline there. If he'd have been able to secure that, I think he had the feet in there.
Been close.
Mm-hmm. So right away, Shiloh throwing the ball. But a good, like I said, a good pressure from just a 4-man rush from North Forsyth up front.
Shiloh's quarterback, Jeremiah Harden, senior, 6 foot, 178 pounds.
Going to drop back, looking down the field again, down the sideline.
Oh, wow.
He's got a man, just overshoots him. They had a shot there.
Pass intended for number 21, Bryce Pollock. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. If you're North Forsyth right now, the defensive coordinator just went back up. Back up.
2 deep shots down the sidelines on opposite sidelines there for Shiloh to start the game. And it's very clear that they're not afraid to take some shots.
Yeah, bang, bang. That's all I can say right now. Hey, Craig, hang in there, man. Deep shots are deep shots. And like bang and then a bang. Okay, here we go.
Oh, my word.
Across the middle, intercepted. It's going the other way. North Forsyth is going to have excellent field position after the interception there. Number 6, the safety, is the one that comes away with it for North Forsyth.
And number 6 is Coulter Vela, sophomore.
And just excellently read by the safety back there. Cover 2 shell, just reading that post action, stepped right in front of it and was able to pick that one off. And right away, North Forsyth is going to threaten. They got the ball right on the edge of the red zone, maybe even into the red zone. Didn't see where he was tackled down. So it's the 26-yard line is where they'll start. So knocking on the door of the red zone are the North Forsyth crew.
So everybody's in the gun tonight. Sprint pass.
Rolls all the way to the right. Finds
nice
his man
job
down the sideline, and a beautiful catch made there, keeping the feet in. And the Raiders are on the move here. Nice little pitch and catch for a gain of about, no, they're going to say incomplete there.
Oh, they called him out of bounds?
He was out of bounds.
Wow. Well, I thought Logan Curry made a great catch on the sideline right there. Quarterback West Roberts, senior, 6'3", 185.
He looks every bit of it.
Things that I was not blessed with when I played in high school.
Things that I was not blessed with in life general. So here we go with the Raiders handoff going to the right.
Split them.
Great hole opened up there by the offensive line of the Raiders.
Number 5, Carson McBrayer on the carry for the 1st down. North Forsyth right back up on the ball. A little power action.
And they're in the red zone now. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line.
Best place to be 1st and 10 from.
So you can get a 1st down again without scoring. But I think the Raiders are thinking about a score right here. Dropping back, some in his face, and the Generals are going to take him down in the backfield. That's number 66 in there to make the sack.
Number 66, Ashton Grady, the nose guard, 5'11", 247-pound junior.
Just an excellent bull rush there. Just took the right guard of the North Forsyth Raiders and said, get out of my way, I got somewhere to be.
Shiloh did a nice job of patching off the mesh right there. So 2nd and goal, or 2nd and about 16, 17 from the 18-yard line.
Screen action
Touchdown.
out to the outside, and in for the score is going to go number 9 for the Raiders, and North Forsyth strikes first.
Logan Curry on the reception on the tunnel screen.
Nearly had that nice catch on the sideline, keeping the feet in. They called it incomplete. Comes right back to him. and they get him in the end zone for the score on a great little tunnel screen. Everything's sealed off nicely, and then he's able to scamper in for the 6 points.
North Forsyth just ran what we call a Tar Heel screen. Flared the running back to one side. If the defensive end peels, you throw the tunnel screen on the backside. Worked like a charm.
And so we are an extra point away from having a 7-0 lead for North Forsyth. Kick is up, kick is through, and kick is going to be good for North Forsyth. And they go ahead 7-0 over Shiloh here early on in the first quarter of our game. I want to thank everybody for joining us here on the Score 58 Network. For Bo McMichael and Craig Chapman, I am Alex Schaefer, and we love having you with us here tonight on the Check Down. We're going to be checking in with several games throughout the course of the night. Of course, we are starting off with North Forsyth and Shiloh, but we can also check in with a few other games, and we're going to be talking to you, Craig and myself, and Bo as well, talking about a lot of action around the state of Georgia. Nothing like Georgia football.
Absolutely.
And so North Forsyth, with a short field off of the interception, go 26 yards for the score on, what was that, 4 plays on the play drive there? Drive summary, Craig?
It was 4 plays.
And 4 plays in for the score, 26 yards to go, and now they're going to kick it off and go back to work with their defense. Everything set up there by the interception by the safety, number 6. And North Forsyth off to an early lead. That bodes well for them here as we look at this Region 8 of 6A. High kick.
In suspended animation.
And it's going to be taken. And there's a lane. Tackled down by number 22 and number 51 together, combined on the tackle for number 1 of Shiloh. And that was a needed tackle there because he had a wide lane and a lot of grass.
Miles Smith, number 1 wide receiver and a free safety for Shiloh. 6 foot, 175-pound senior on the return. Shiloh will take over 1st and 10 at their own 37.
So very good field position now to start things off for the Shiloh Generals as they try and rebound after the pick and the score from North Forsyth. And looking a little bit ahead here for North Forsyth, they've got themselves a run of 1-3 Shiloh, then 1-3 Lanier, then 2-2 Habersham County. And a bit of wildcat action there, and that's not going anywhere. Number 42, you mentioned the inside linebacker there coming up and making the play. And so and the Lions scored a touchdown somewhere, not sure where that was at, but we've got ourselves a tackle down made by the North Forsyth Raiders in the backfield. But as I was mentioning, North Forsyth is looking at a run of 500 or below 500 teams in the next few weeks, and then they've got Gainesville looming 5-0. That'll be a really interesting matchup at Gainesville late in the year. Number 13, the quarterback, takes off to his right, and a great play made there by, I believe that was probably the corner coming up, either the corner or the safety coming in from the outside and making a play to tackle him down for a short gain. Ends up getting about 1 yard on the run. It's going to bring up 3rd and 12, and Shiloh needed something to happen here for him.
So Shiloh rotating quarterbacks. 2 seniors. You got Jeremiah Harden, who started the game. That was Nasir Griffin. And Griffin has come out of the game. Harden is back in.
That's right.
And Harden is going in at receiver right here.
Three-man front, 3-man rush for the Raiders.
Pass is caught. Nice catch.
Impressive play there made by the Shiloh Generals, and it's exactly what they needed there to get the first down and move the chains right out to midfield. And at the 50-yard line, the Generals are marching.
That's Smith on the catch for the first down right there. Did a nice job of adjusting to the ball. It was a little bit behind him. A really nice job of picking up the first down on 3rd and 12.
And with only the 3-man rush from North Forsyth, they were able to really have some time there for him to sit back, find his target, and deliver a good throw. Motion now for Shiloh. And they're going to swing it out there on a screen action. Well played by North Forsyth, but unable to secure the tackle. And he's going to get a nice little gain there, about 8 yards on the gain down to the 42.
And that's Harden to Smith again.
And we're going to check in now here with Hebron and North Athens. Hebron Christian Academy, taking on Athens Christian.
It's all right, man. You can say North Athens. I mean, I don't even know where that North Athens is, but, I mean, you can do what you need to do on that part. They're in the yellow. Hebron's in the black, coached by Coach Guess, formerly of Eagles Landing Christian Academy. So, and I'll try to get this North Clayton game up. I'm having trouble with it, so I'm struggling. So I'm going to let y'all play this game a little bit, have some fun talking this one through.
Yep, in the meantime, we'll talk about here Hebron Christian and Athens Christian. Hebron coming in the game 4-0 in 3A. They're the 17th ranked team in 3A, so they're coming in with a pretty good season here so far. And they've got a lead here early on in the first quarter, 7-0 over Athens Christian.
Hey, if you get a chance, tell me who else is in their region right now. I threw that paper out there.
I got it.
I mean, it's 3A ball.
Stevens County,
Yes.
Oconee County, Hart County, Monroe area, and Franklin County. No, let's just say you start throwing in Oconee and Hart and Monroe area, that's a gauntlet right there.
It is. It is. It'll be very interesting to see how when the region play kicks in for Hebron Christian, how that's going to play out. So Shiloh's taking a run on it. They're about to get into good old-fashioned red zone area. We'll go back to this game here very quickly. I lied. I mean, it was
there
a
it
black
is.
Screen. Yeah.
Oh, nice job of flipping that ball and saving the sack. But if he gets that ball to Smith right there, there is a ton of open field in front of him to the right sideline. Second down and 10 right here for the Generals.
And, it's just good old-fashioned technical difficulties.
I like that.
I do.
Riddle me this, riddle me that.
Who's afraid of the big bad black bat? Let's see if we can get this thing back up. Here we go. All right.
Shiloh coming out in trips, and we're going to go back to Hebron with Athens Christian. Getting close to a first down. That's going to be dependent on the spot. And there you can see
Touchdown.
Shiloh getting close, and they're going to spot him out at the half-yard line.
They said he stepped out. If he stepped out of the 3, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And that's a great job. All right. That's a great job. Jameer Amuze on the catch all the way down to the 3. First and goal for Shiloh right here. And, the thing that I was okay with on that was that the referee trailing the play made a call, stuck with the call, and was hey, I got it. It's right here. I'm okay with that. If you saw it and you call it, what I don't like is when they talk for 7 hours.
Double tight end formation here, I form, handoff up the middle, not going to get in.
To the 1 though, that's not a bad job.
Nice little run. You can break off 3 of those, and you're going to get in for 6.
It's impressive to me being a spread coach and knowing what everybody says about it, even though I've rarely experienced this, and I mean rarely in 24 years. But I'm always cognizant of it. Being in the shotgun 99% of the time, and then getting inside the 5 and going under the center, everybody worries about the snap. It would interest me to know how they practice this.
Yep. And so it's actually spotted at the 2.
Touchdown.
Staying with the double tight end, and in for the score goes Shiloh, and the Generals are going to answer here.
That was a great job of blocking on the right side of Shiloh's line. They
really
caved it in.
And it was a great job of answering. They were in a 3rd and 12 situation. Everything was coming up North Forsyth, and Shiloh taking care of business, getting down the field. A nice pitch and catch gets them to the midfield stripe, and then several plays later they get in for the score, just working their way down the field, and we got ourselves a ball game. Kick is up, and kick is no good. So 1 point is the score. 7-6 in favor of North Forsyth. Shiloh been playing pretty well. Their record 1-3 might not be indicative of that, but they had a big win against Seconder, 55-0, and the rest of their games have been relatively close. Lost a 10-point game at Mountain View, 24-14 to open the season, then a 20-8 loss against Parkview, and then last week they lost a heartbreaker, 20-18 at Archer. And so some close games there.
Not exactly playing weak programs when you start talking about Parkview and Archer.
And that's the thing about this, the 6A class of football in Georgia is it is a murderer's row pretty much every single time you go out there. There's so many good programs that it's really hard, even out of region, to find yourself some games that are quote-unquote winnable games.
Well, I mean, I'm going to speak from our perspective. We had this week off. We played Howard last week. They're undefeated. They're going down to play Perry tonight, and that's going to be a rough. That's going to be a physical game.
Mm-hmm.
Howard's very physical. We all, Perry's very physical.
Yep.
And then we have a week off, and our next game is against Lamar County, and Lamar County's undefeated, ranked in the top 10 in single A, and they've got just a excellent football player playing linebacker for them. And he's going to keep me up all night this week. So, first and 10 right here at the 31 for North Forsyth.
Of course, on the call tonight, Mr. Craig Chapman, offensive coordinator of Pike County High School. But right now, North Forsyth trying to get something going on the ground. Nothing doing as Shiloh swarms it immediately. Gain of maybe 1.
I wonder what happened to Shiloh's script. If you're a script team, when you get the ball, on an interception return and you only have a 26 yards, you might not be on that script because of the field position, so I'm wondering if they're starting it or if they're just rolling with it right now.
2-by-2 formation. Trying to get Shiloh with the hard count, but Shiloh very disciplined up front. 4-man front. Bit of a 4-4 look all the way across. And now on the snap, out into the flat.
Nice
Catch made and very well defended.
Zach Shirley on the catch, defended by number 21, Bryce Pollock, who was about 1.5 yards away from having a long touchdown catch on the opening drive for Shiloh. That's going to bring up third down and about 4 or 5 yards. 3rd and 5, somewhere around in there.
How's it feel not having to run scoreboard tonight, Mr. Chapman?
Oh, I enjoy just sitting here talking. It's
tight end set with a trips to the other side.
Tight end on the shallow cross. Nope, tight end straight to the post.
We're going to find number 14 in the flat, and he's going to pick up the first down on the run. Knocked out of bounds at about the 42-yard line is where they'll mark him. It's enough for the first, and North Forsyth now is rolling on down the field.
Little true, not a true flood route, but kind of a clear out concept to run them off. Know what you got to get the first down.
And you talk about linebackers keeping you up at night. As a defensive coach, the flood is what always kept me up at night.
Layered routes.
It is so difficult.
Stick.
Very nice. Nice catch there. Number 1 making the catch for North Forsyth, also doing the kick returning duties. And
Gain of 8.
Like I said, flood is just that was the one concept that it's easy to defend if you know it's coming.
What we used to always tell our guys were, because we ran a bunch of, everybody's shifting on this, got to be.
That was a legal formation if I've ever seen one early, but
this
now
is
got an overload to the left.
Power.
Hand off that way.
First down.
And doesn't get much, but it gets enough there.
It's going to be close. They're going to give him 3rd and short. But, yeah, you're talking about the defending the flood. What we used to run into was guys playing in between the flat and the deeper out. And so what we always told our quarterbacks was throw the ball in the flat, make that guy make the tackle.
Yep.
Sooner or later, he's going to get tired of that.
Yep. So another overload here now to the boundary. Handoff goes that way.
Nice defense.
Very well defended.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close. It's going to be 4th and short. That was a really nice job. A little gap scheme from. They're going to measure this, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
But that was a great job by Shiloh right there, because it looked like he was going to have the first down easy.
Did. But just a great play from the safety coming down the alley, making a tough tackle in space and bringing him down. Yeah, flood was always one that gave us nightmares, especially against teams that were – I remember we played Stockbridge one year who were just true triple option. But then they would every now and then they'd go into a trip set and run the flood, and just they would kill teams with it because you scout and plan all week, and it's going to be short. And so it'll be 4th and short here for the North Forsyth offense.
I'm guessing quarterback sneak.
I would think so. Although it goes back to your point, sometimes when you've got a shotgun team going under center, you never can tell. But, man, Stockbridge was giving teams fits for years under Coach Kevin Whitley, and that triple option was just so tough to defend. And so you practice and you prepare all week long for triple option, and then all of a sudden they go into spread with trips and hit flood on you, and it's just it was so hard to scout and to defend.
Now we're running it this year out of the gun and from under center. So, we've kind of tried to make the option a spread option, for the lack of a better term.
Just a heavy power set.
Holy smokes.
And they're going to get the first and then some. I don't know who that was running at number 40. That's a big old boy right there.
That's Colin Miller,
one of the
6'2", 230-pound senior.
Yeah, they are not skipping on feeding him. And so now we're after the first down for North Forsyth. We're going to take a look in here at Trinity Christian taking on North Clayton. And
Trinity's already up 13-0.
13-0 early in the first. And this one here coming at you from South Cobb Stadium in Clayton County. This one is Region 4-4A. We were talking about regions earlier, and this might be one of the best regions in the entire state. You look top to bottom, it's incredible. We see North Clayton with the trips formation up to the top, rolling out that way, looking for the flood, trying to get it deep down the field, and can't quite get it out there. North Clayton's quarterback number 11, Kenyon Love, isn't able to get it to his intended receiver. But when you've got a region that contains Trinity Christian, Stars Mill, Riverdale, Fayette County, LaGrange, Whitewater, and Troup County.
Out of those teams.
Oh, my goodness. You've got 2 4-0 teams right now. You've got a 3-3, 2 3-1s. Trinity Christian is at the top of it all at 2-2.
I think the only team out of that region that I've never played a football game against is LaGrange.
And then you got North Clayton down there. They are in trips to the left, going with the toss that way, and just swarmed immediately by Trinity Christian. North Clayton is a program that is always kind of rebuilding. They've been retooling for the last few years. They feel like we've played them. I coached at Luella for almost a decade, and we played North Clayton quite a few times. And North Clayton was always one of those teams to me that they always felt like they were right there. They've got some really great athletes as we come back here to North Forsyth. Trips to the top of the screen, looking that way.
4th down.
Down the field, scores. Number 9 in for his second score of the game for North Forsyth on the post. And just, you talked about it. A post out of trips.
That is a dirty route combination. They ran a 6-yard dig, an 8-yard out, and a post from the middle of all that. That's dirty, man. I love it.
Of course you love it.
That's the way it's supposed to be played right there.
So North Forsyth is going to answer after Shiloh takes control of things offensively and goes down and scores. Now up and through is the kick, and it's 14-6 now for North Forsyth, leading Shiloh. And good game going on out here in North Forsyth.
Looks like it's going to be a fun offensive game. Because Shiloh's got some threats on the outside.
Absolutely.
And right now it looks like North Forsyth just picks and chooses when they want to throw it down the field.
Well, it's like we said, you've got a team that is scoring 23.7 points per game in Shiloh. And then North Forsyth, let me get my calculator out here and do this math. North Forsyth's at 22 points per game. So 2 really high-powered offenses going to work here. And it's going to be fun to watch for sure.
Yeah, last week it was one of those things where everybody was talking about our game. There was Howard was averaging 36 points a game, and we were averaging right at 29, and the final score was 14-3. It was what you thought was going to happen is definitely not what happened. So 14-6 here. late in the first quarter. It looks like we might be getting a pooch kick right here from North Forsyth after that last kickoff return.
And they do indeed pooch it. Caught it about the 25-yard line. And they were a single block away from really breaking that one.
That ball was returned by number 22.
Lost his hat there.
Marlon Mathis. Mr. Mathis did lose his helmet, so he'll have to sit the play.
Comes out to the 36-yard line, so same field position as they started last time.
And I know everybody's like, well, they still gave them good field position. Giving them good field position and letting your defense play is okay with me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one year at Lovejoy, we played 5 games, and we gave up no points on defense. The only points we'd given up were on kickoff returns.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful pitch and catch there. Well, and you mentioned it. There's a big difference between giving them the field position and them taking the field position. If you kick it deep and allow them to have that big momentous return like that, that can really swing things for an offense, as opposed to we're just going to pooch it. You get 5 yards, we'll tackle you down. There's not a lot of momentum gained through that.
Or you'll call fair catch because your primary returners aren't there.
Quick screen.
Uh-oh, this is a problem. You try to make that play on the quick screen behind the line of scrimmage.
You better make it.
And North Forsyth did a good job of having the safeties over the top, so it gave their corner some freedom to try and fire and make that play. And that's, that was a nice open field tackle by North Forsyth corner right there, or safety. But, as an offensive coach, when you see that and you know they're not fixing to get there, you're thinking, well, we've got a huge play.
Mm-hmm.
Gain of 8, bring up 2nd down and 2. There's
motion action.
Jet. Whoa.
And just a hard run there.
Number 19, George Benjamin, senior.
Just dragging some Raiders with him.
That's a 1st down.
It is, and an impressive little pitch and catch because that counts as a pass. Nice little forward shovel pass, pop pass, whatever you want to call it. And quarterbacks love to see that one on their stat sheet.
So do OCs.
See, I don't think that the quarterback should get any credit for any of those yards.
And you know what? One night, I tell a funny story. One night, our quarterback when I was at Community Christian School, he threw for 381 yards in a game.
And I bet probably 250 of those were after catch.
It was one of those things where he hit a couple of deep, beautiful fade throws. One was like a 55-yard throw, but we were running the ball very good, and we had been running this, switch and running counter, but we've been doing it off a jet motion fake, and we hadn't run the jet, and we opened up the second half with the jet at our own 19, and it went 81 for a touchdown, and all he did was flip it 6 inches forward, and he got 81 of those yards. I got a call on Saturday morning and said, hey, I saw the stats. I didn't throw for that many yards. I said, yeah, that ball that Isaiah took 81 yards, you pitched that forward, right? He goes, yes, that's a pass, big guy. I said, you know what? When they read it in the paper, it says 81-yard touchdown pass. Nobody has to know.
Well, that'll be it for the first quarter here from North Forsyth. North Forsyth is leading 14-6, but Shiloh is on the move. They are into North Forsyth territory as they flip the field. And like you said, we got ourselves a good game there, a big offensive game. Trinity Christian now in the second quarter has scored again. It is 19-0 over the North Clayton Eagles.
And I think that you said it was at Southern Cobb Stadium. It's actually Southern Crescent.
Sorry, yes, Southern Crescent.
And the coldest night of my coaching career was spent in that stadium.
I believe it. It's a beautiful stadium. Love playing at Southern Crescent.
Before they turfed it, we played on a Thursday night there against Riverdale. I can remember it was a Thursday night, end of the season, game 10, 2011. We're trying to go perfect. And it poured for about 15 minutes in the pregame stretch. I mean, just as hard as it could rain. And I never got dry the rest of the night, and the wind blew. I was so happy to get on the bus.
A little bit of a pooch catch there, a pooch kick rather.
And this is going to be hard to turn the corner.
Trinity Christian with just too much speed there, able to run that one down. And an eagle down on the field. So after that kickoff return, we're going to come back to North Forsyth and see a big penalty. Must have been holding.
It was.
Moves it all the way back.
And before we switch games, I was just about to say, what a nice first quarter, well-played first quarter, clean first quarter.
For both teams. Three-man rush now, looks like, three-man front, and they do only rush three. Deep shot just out of reach. Had him open, would have been a good gain there. Would have gotten him down to about the 40, would have set up a 3rd and short, and as it stands.
They would have set up a 3rd and 12 because they are double sticks right now.
That's fair. That's a good point.
Now, this is the key. Anytime North Forsyth has brought more than 3, they've gotten home. So do you sit back and let them have an opportunity to make a play, or do you come get him, try to get the sack, and set up a for real punt?
Well, empty here, I think, changes things up. They're going to bring just 3. Tunnel screen action.
Got him in the middle right here.
A shoestring tackle missed. The second one missed, and now out of bounds. They're able to force him out, and he is going to be short of the first down marker, but a really nice catch and run there.
And a great call. And they're going to punt, or at least line up to punt.
Or line up for a really, really long field goal. And it looks like it is going to be a punt. So our first punt of the game is coming from the 36-yard line. 36-yard line. Trying to pin them. Kick is away. Fair caught at the 6. So a 30-yard punt pins North Forsyth pretty deep.
Oh, they called personal foul, roughing the kicker.
No.
Shiloh's going to get the first down.
Oh, my goodness.
And please tell me they didn't move the chains already. Please tell me they didn't do that. Oh, it's a personal foul. It's a first down.
Yep, could hear the announcer out there calling roughing, and so doesn't really matter if they move the chains or not, because
I'm going to tell you right now,
the 36.
The punter deserves an Academy Award because that was some really top-notch acting right there. Someone coached that man really well.
We had a kicker punter at Luella one year, was one of the coach's sons, and he was a soccer player who enjoyed kicking and kicked really well for us, and he tackled down there an incomplete pass for Shiloh, and he was I don't know if I'd call him a great actor, but he's definitely a great soccer player for sure. And he got hit one time on an extra point and was getting up, like our head coach ran out there to help him up, and I could hear on the headset as he was helping up, he's like, "Are you all right? Are you okay?" And he's like, "Coach, I'm good. I'm just milking it."
Ooh.
Very nearly intercepted for the second time there by the safety, number 9 from North Forsyth, off of the tip.
Inside corner route with an outside dig, short dig.
I hate offense.
And if he catches that football, it's a foot race up the middle of the field to the end zone.
So 3rd down now from the 21-yard line, right on the edge of the red zone. And after a pair of incompletions, we'll see what Shiloh has in store for this North Forsyth defense. Staying with the 3-man front. Showing 4, but dropping a linebacker to the middle.
First down.
And to the 9-yard line goes Shiloh. 1st and goal now for the Generals.
Got a couple of score updates in this one just because I want to give it. Live first quarter action, Banneker 6, Villarica 5. I just had to say the score, man.
I didn't realize that they were starting baseball season this early.
Well, got to change the pitcher, giving us a lot of runs early. Whitewater 15, LaGrange 7 in the second.
Deep shot, fade action. Looked like a little bit of miscommunication there.
Yeah, he's throwing that ball in the corner, and the receiver cut the route off.
So incomplete on the 1st and goal play is going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line for Shiloh.
This score is not right because there's no way that Veterans is up 99-0 on Northgate in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, I don't think so.
However, that would be something. Live 2nd quarter score, Cedar Grove 3, Colquitt County nothing. Buford 7, Marietta nothing in the 1st.
I'm talking about 2 of the top 5 teams.
Touchdown.
Score for Shiloh.
The middle of the field is wide open.
It's ever since the interception when they tried to go middle of the field, that I don't know.
That was open too. He just overthrew the receiver. Flag on the play. You're going to call offensive pass interference, or is it a celebration afterwards? Now,
and it is indeed going to be the unsportsmanlike after.
If you're North Forsyth, do you take this? I would take it right here.
On the extra point.
Because they've already missed an extra point, and they're probably going for 2.
I agree. And they are indeed going to take it here. And so this is going to set up an 18-yard either extra point try or 2-point try. Looks like the offense is staying on. So it's going to be an 18-yard 2-point try for Shiloh.
And I'm thinking there's going to be something in the middle of the field.
12-14 is the score right now.
Or it's going to be a jump ball out to the single receiver side.
Trips formation to the left. Rolling that way. Ball is knocked out.
There's a flag down anyway. I think it was holding.
On the play. Holding is going to be declined, I would imagine. And holding is declined, so the 2-point play is no good. It's a dead ball once the fumble is recovered on a 2-point play. Cannot be advanced by the defense. It can, in fact, be advanced by the offense, which is just another reason why I hate offense. We lost a game in double overtime to Rockdale County one year because they fumbled the ball into the end zone on a 2-point try and recovered it in the end zone after being stopped on the 2-point try. So would have won the game on the stopped 2-point try, but he fumbled it into the end zone, and then another Rockdale County football player fell on it in the end zone, and they ended up scoring.
So we used to teach our guys on 2-point conversions, never get tackled with the ball.
Yep, you always
throw it forward.
Yep.
So all the years I coached, I'd been in about 18 years, and we'd never been in that situation, ever. My nephew was holding, and he knows the rules. He's getting grabbed by the back of the shirt, and he throws it straight up in the air, and it lands in our tight end's hands on the goal line for a 2-point conversion. The funniest thing I've ever seen.
I hate offense so much.
Nice coverage right there. Tackled by number 4, Eric Barker from Shiloh. You
gave an update of scores for Cedar Grove and Buford. According all these rankings that I'm going to be giving you tonight are Max Preps rankings, and you've got Buford sitting at number 1 in the state, 4-0 in 7A, and Cedar Grove is the number 4 team in the state. They're 3-1 in 3A. And 2 really good programs. They're the number 1 team in 3A, number 4 in the state. And looking at the rest of the top 5, you've got Mill Creek, 4-0, 7A team at number 2. Langston Hughes, one of our Score 58 schools, is at number 3. They're 4-0 in 6A. And then number 5 is my pick, I think, the best team in the state. A beautiful catch there made. Oh, knocked out at the end.
Pass is complete to Zach Shirley. There's a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
It'll be interesting to see what this call is, and to be interesting to see if they call that a catch. Well, it's going to be defensive holding. Now, was it a catch?
So if it's a catch, you just take that and decline the penalty.
That was a great throw.
Oh, beautiful. Back shoulder. Excellent adjustment to the ball by number 1 from North Forsyth. They're going to decline it and say that the catch was good. I guess they're going to say that he had been out of bounds before losing control of the football. Completed the catch action. Remember when that was the big debate in the NFL when they were having that whole
Let's
discussion?
not discuss what a catch is in the NFL, please.
So they're going to decline that and take the catch.
Well, I guess I guess they did call it incomplete. So
they do accept it. It'll be a 10-yard penalty, and it'll be first down.
okay, so
And
it's
so
5
a
yards.
5-yard penalty.
It'll be first and
And
5.
remains first down.
The penalty is 5 yards.
No,
I
it's
didn't
not.
think
It's
it
going to be
was.
10 yards, and it's going to be a new first down. And so while they get this settled, the team that I was going to be talking about, number 5, sitting at number 5 in the state, is Grayson High School. We had the opportunity to call a game for them earlier on in the year at the Cam Newton Classic. And, man, I tell you, I haven't watched Buford or Mill Creek or Langston or Cedar Grove, but I've watched Grayson, and they are really good. Rolling out to the left now.
Oh,
Great.
that was really slick right there. Kudos to the North Forsyth coaching staff. That was just a gigantic pick.
Mm-hmm.
But the outside receiver ran right at the at the guy responsible for the flat and just turned around and presented through hands to the quarterback like he was getting a pass. Linebacker ran right into him, opened up the flat route. Really nicely done.
So trips to the right, Nub tight end to the
Screen.
left.
And if he catches
Oh,
that,
my goodness. He's running for days.
caught him in a full blitz, a perfect call. Just a perfect call. So 3rd and 5 right here.
3rd down.
And that was that was perfect.
And now with the trips to the right, trips open formation. Very tight bump and run coverage down here at the bottom.
Ooh.
And
Timeout.
timeout call by North Forsyth there, as they don't get the encroachment call. In high school football should be when you break the plane on as a defender. It's not like college and NFL where you get a chance to get back. That penalty should have been called, but it was not, and it's going to be a timeout for North Forsyth as they talk things over here on 3rd and 5. Looked like they were just trying to get themselves a free first down, but unable to get the call.
While we do that, let's go over some more of these scores. Blessed Trinity 14, Sprayberry nothing. Osborne 14, I think that's Woodland Cartersville 3. Loganville 15, Heritage nothing. Jefferson 7, Clark Central nothing. Griffin 6, West Lawrence nothing. Creekside 7, Chapel Hill nothing. Meadow Creek 7, Peachtree Ridge 5.
That's the second 5-point score we've heard.
I'm wondering if those are legit, but I'm just reporting what's on the screen. Dade County 7, Darlington 7. North Murray 13, Haralson County 7. Oh, if he's throwing a screen back here,
Roberts' pass is incomplete.
that was a nice setup. I thought they were fixing to throw the screen back to the back that they faked it to. But Shiloh's defense comes out, and after the holding on first down, does a nice job of getting off the field.
And so now our first look at the punt unit of the North Forsyth Raiders.
Another highly ranked matchup tonight. Collins Hill 10, Westlake 7, first quarter.
Yeah, Creekside you mentioned before, sitting at 2-2. They're the number 1 team in 5A. Another school that we had an opportunity to see play at the Cam Newton Classic earlier in the year. Nice little punt and roll.
Be out of
And a
bounds.
Decent little punt there down at the 26-yard line. So nice little bit of flipping the field there for North Forsyth, giving a long field to go, 74 yards for a score for Shiloh. They've done it from longer, but it's always tough when you get 70-plus yards you have to go.
Yep, and that is a thing on offense. Anything outside of the 25 for me is okay. We've had a couple of drives start inside our 10 this year.
Find a missing Samsung phone. We'd like to have it here in the press box. Thank you.
Interesting game taking place between IMG Academy and Central of Phoenix City in Alabama. Score is 27-19 right now.
That's a game I'd like to see.
Oh, right now Shiloh is doing a great job of getting the football out quick to athletes in space.
And they're really neutralizing what we talked about real early on, that North Forsyth brought a lot of pressure really early with just a 4-man rush. They were causing some problems in the backfield real early on, and like you said, just a lot of really quick throws is neutralizing some of that rush, and that may be one of the reasons why North Forsyth has gone to more of a 3-man look, more of a 3-man pressure, knowing that things are going to be out quick.
Well, here it comes.
Showing 5, they bring 4. And on the scramble, they're going to get about 2 or 3. Well defended there by North Forsyth out to the 40-yard line. And it's going to be 2nd down and 8.
Now, from a coach's perspective and a coach's viewpoint, remember we talked about Shiloh switching quarterbacks, remember? When they brought in Griffin to play quarterback, you had a 4-man front and you got double A-gap blitz both times he was in the game, and we have not seen him at quarterback since then.
Nope. So I think that was probably something that North Forsyth saw on film that they would try to do, and clearly they knew what was going on with that.
Screen again.
Another quick throw. Incomplete.
And he's got all kind of room on the sideline. And I really wish I knew why receivers wanted to catch the ball and run back inside. As we tell our guys, all of the big people are back inside.
And that's what you try to do as a defense as well. That's what they want to do, is funnel everything back to their help. Especially when you're that far from the sideline. I can understand if you're outside the numbers, maybe you don't have a whole lot of space there, but that ball would have been caught inside the numbers. You've got plenty of space out there.
Now, if I'm
Trips
Shiloh,
to the top.
I'm trying to get 5 or 6 right
Motion to empty.
Run.
Steps up. Still looking downfield. Complete over the head of the safety down the sideline and just pushed out of bounds. It's going to be a 1st down and
If
then
there's not
some
a
for
flag on the
Shiloh.
play. Thought I saw a flag come in, but I was wrong. Pass was completed to number 12, Shaquem Hopkins, a senior, on a huge catch.
And just an excellent job of navigating the pocket by number 2. And you called it. You said take off and run. He probably could have had the 1st down if he'd have run, but he wouldn't have had that many yards if he'd have run.
One thing Harden did was he kept his eyes up.
Yep.
He did not break that, I'm going to look downfield and see what I've got as a survey.
Heavy rush. Hit
Touchdown.
as he throws.
Oh.
And just that pressure was what caused that.
Absolutely was.
He underthrew that one behind the receiver there. If he was able to lead him on that one, that's an easy 6 for Shiloh. But a great blitz and a great hit, clean hit there on the quarterback from behind, and disrupted that throw just enough that it fell incomplete.
And that was number 33, Mason Lawson, with the pressure on the quarterback right there. But it's 1st down and 10. Ball is at the 23-yard line.
Trips to the right. Open set over there to the left.
That was a false start.
It was. Flare out that way. They're going to get the 1st down and then some. Makes one miss. I saw it too, Coach, but I'm going to go ahead and just.
But I really like what Shiloh is doing on offense. They've got, right now, North Forsyth doesn't know whether to sell out and play man or to sit back and play soft. But now here, we're inside the 10. I guess if it goes inside the 5, you're going to get 2 tight ends, backfield.
Probably. But 6-yard line, it's 1st and goal from the 6. Trips to the right. Throwing that way.
Wow.
Incomplete.
Wow.
Nearly brought down. Just a rocket there, just out of reach of the leaping receiver.
And if he had that to do all over again, he flips it to number 13.
In the
right?
flat.
Now, here's the thing. Shiloh's keeping them spread, and they're attacking this spread from a standpoint from North Forsyth from the outside. Now, if you're Shiloh right here, quarterback draw has got to be in that idea.
Going back to the middle of the field, looking for a flag, but doesn't get one.
Because right now you've got 3-on-2 realistically in that middle of the field, because everybody else is getting into a pass rush lane. And all you got to do is crease it a little bit.
And haven't really seen so far what kind of wheels Harden has, but the way that he's able to move in the pocket would indicate to me that he's pretty mobile. And so
And right
might
now,
not be the biggest threat to run, but he certainly should be a
They've definitely
consideration
got
for
numbers
6
right
yards.
here.
Rolling out to the right, and he's going to throw back across his body to the middle of the field. No one there.
Now that should be intentional grounding.
Well, I don't like to say good things about offense, but I don't know. He got hit as he threw that one, so I might suggest that he was probably trying to throw it back to his receiver on the far side of the field, and just as he got hit, it just went up.
Now, if you're shallow right here, would you run the tunnel screen? Because I would. I would think it would be an excellent call right here. Oh, no.
And he's just going to go ahead and fall on that. That's a good decision there from Harden. Even though you're 4th down, you know you're going to give it up. Just going ahead and falling on that one to prevent further damage being done. And so after the bad snap, I'm going to annoy people who tune into games with us.
Center quarterback exchange,
Center
baby.
quarterback exchange. It's definitely not a given, especially at the high school level. And right there we saw it. It's been clean all game for both of these teams. And I expect it to be clean the rest of the way. And there wasn't anything necessarily wrong physically with that one. It was just early. He just snapped it before quarterback was ready. And so now North Forsyth will take over at the 24-yard line. Handoff goes for no gain. And now the Shiloh defense coming onto the field with a lot of energy after that one. They're going to give him one on the carry.
I think that was Jabari Morrison. I may have been wrong. Maybe it was Amari McBride.
Shiloh showing 5. And they're going to bring 5. And a little shovel pass on this kind of screen action almost.
And McBride again, just sitting there and playing his responsibility, not letting all the eye candy, just right there.
Very well defended there from Shiloh. And
I really love that play call from North Forsyth. That was just great defense.
Yep. Just a great individual effort from the linebacker there. Motion now for North Forsyth. All the way across, resets, brings the safety down, rolling that way. Now they're going to look back the other way.
Oh, this is a great job. What number is that big man?
Looks like maybe 42.
Is it 42? Nope.
So hard to see those gray numbers on the white jerseys.
It might be Trenton E. Thomas. Or, no, it's number 62, Quincy Smith.
There you go.
Quincy Smith just made a great play, because if he doesn't sniff out the screen right there, there's nobody else on that side of the field.
And that's something North Forsyth has gone to a couple of times, trying that roll right, then pivot and hit the tight end screen back going the other way.
Oh, they jumped.
They're going to call the encroachment there. It's not going to be enough for a first down.
However, what it does is it puts it in about 4th and 4 right here. So if it happens again, you get a first down.
Yep. And officially it'll be 4th and 3.
I'm telling everybody to back up.
Especially since you're not going to be coming after it in this situation. Punt is away. Caught and tackled down immediately. That was a, man, that was a brave catch right there on the run.
Wow,
not going
Miles
with a fair
Smith.
catch.
Miles Smith says, I am not afraid of you. I will just catch the football when I want to. And what was an up and down game has now turned into a really nice defensive counterpunch right here in the second quarter.
And
if
he kept running up to catch that one, I kept waiting for that hand to go up, waiting. It didn't go up. And
yeah.
All right, then.
Well, here we go.
So Shiloh now, the Generals are going to take over 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Trips to the top of the screen. Handoff going that way.
Stretch.
And no holding
Ooh,
called
hello.
out there.
Muse on the end around.
And I think he wishes he would have cut it up inside that block. What a great tackle on the edge out there. That's about as much form tackle as you can get right now.
And I'm surprised that it was that if that had been called holding, that would have been 100% a running back holding.
Absolutely.
Because, like you said, it's a perfect opportunity. He's got the great block, sealing it, going to the outside, and just cut right up underneath him. But fortunate for Shiloh that they didn't get the holding called. Now double stack.
Flare.
Back to the running back.
Oh.
Oh, my goodness.
What a great catch for no gain, really. And if he throws that ball to him, he is sprinting down the left sideline.
It's him one-on-one with the linebacker, number 42 there. Looked like he had I think the linebacker had an angle on him to maybe force him out of bounds before the first, but it would have certainly been close.
Updated scores, Athens Academy 13, Mount Vernon nothing. First quarter. North Cobb Christian defeats Booker T. Washington 34-6.
Third down and 8.
And they're
Nice.
going to get him.
Ball's
Ball's out.
Ball is still out.
And Shiloh very fortunate to get back on top of that one. Number 30 there for North Forsyth had a shot at it, but couldn't quite come away. Oh, wow, and Shiloh very fortunate there. It'll be 4th down and 6 for them, and the punt unit will come onto the field. But the sack made there by that North Forsyth front.
Bring up 4th down and 6.
Nice.
Fair catch made, and a nice catch made there just outside of the 20, down to the 22. And
Oh.
North Forsyth will take over.
Punt was caught by number 22, J.D. Galligan.
And so we've talked about it a lot tonight, Hardin's ability to maneuver in the pocket. That time got up in the pocket, but it just collapsed around him there and lost control of the football, and very fortunate were the Shiloh Generals to fall back on top of it.
Second quarter score, Bowden 21, Temple nothing. Second quarter score, East Jackson 28, Johnson nothing.
And Bowden, the number 1 ranked team in the private or single A Division II.
Coach Finley doing a heck of a job.
After 22.
Kind of a tight doubles here for North Forsyth. First time we've seen this formation for him tonight. Steps back, looking down the field, takes a deep shot.
That was well covered.
Pass is incomplete.
Very well covered all the way around by the Shiloh secondary.
I was expecting an outbreaking route right there from somebody. It may have happened further on down the field, but I didn't see it immediately. Most of the time you get a kind of a smash concept from that look.
Maybe Ohio. So now more of a traditional doubles, kind of a
Screen.
flex doubles. Screen out to the running back. Good block there on the edge. And a nice little run there gets them out across the 30. Probably going to be short of a first down. Oh, wow. It'll be close. Now they're going to spot him at 31. So it'll be third and one. Tackle
Made by number 50. Okay, I don't know which one it is. It could be Manjal Berthe. That's who
There
it
we
is,
go.
Manjal Berthe.
So 3rd and 1 from the 31.
Yard short. It is 3rd down and a yard.
Trey set to the left, motioning that way. It's an overloaded Trey.
Last time they ran gap, and they
Going
ran gap again.
Right that
First
way,
down.
lowers the shoulder and takes it across the 32 down to the 33, and it's going to be a first down for the Raiders.
A little G scheme where they pull that guard around. The first team I ever saw run that against us was Ware County.
Well, Ware County can pretty much run whatever they want. So it's a new set of downs for North Forsyth.
Here's the screen again, and it's picked.
And, oh, my goodness.
That's a great job right there. That's number 21. Bryce Pollock read it, jumped it. What a great play by Pollock right there.
And North Forsyth going to the well one too many times on that turnaround screen. And that's something that I always felt was I don't know if I ever coached offense, if that would be anything that would ever be in my playbook, that turnaround screen. Because
We call it a 6-point play.
You gamble so much by having a quarterback just turn and throw to someone that he's not looking at, just trusting that it's not just about trust that your receiver is going to be ready to make the play, but trusting that there's no defender there.
That's why we call it a 6-point play, because it could be 6 points for us or 6 points for them.
Deep shot.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
great
my
job
goodness.
right there.
Wow. Back-to-back unbelievable defensive plays for Shiloh, and they were on offense for one of them.
Yeah, Griffin goes up and knocks the ball away from Galligan right there.
That was impressive.
Just a really nice job.
Griffin was the intended receiver.
And Griffin turned into the defender.
Yep. Because that one, the corner had a absolute beat on that one.
Trinity Christian, for the game we showed you a little bit of earlier, is up 32-0 on North Clayton now in the second quarter. Kennesaw Mountain up 20-0 over South Cobb.
Big power, big pancake block on
Yes.
the edge there by number 50. Ooh, man, number 33 is going to feel that one in a couple days.
I think he's feeling it right now.
Well, you get that adrenaline going. Sometimes you don't feel it right away, but I guarantee he's going to wake up tomorrow morning and remember when he got hit by number 50.
Amuzi right there is going to, when he gets to the film, he's going to want to have that one back.
Yep.
Because the cut back to the left right there, because of the way the defense played it, was wide open. And no, I'm not trying to bash. I'm just saying when you watch it again,
Yep.
it's going to be one of those things he's going to say, man, I wish I would have cut that thing back in the left B gap.
Third down here.
Wow.
Oh, man.
You said something a while ago about trust. That was a trust throw. He threw that ball before that route had even thought about coming out of its break. Now Shiloh's faced with 4th down and 6, a long 6, short 7 right here.
From the 20-yard line, and we've already seen them miss an extra point.
Norcross was just up 14-3 on South Gwinnett. It is now 18-14, South Gwinnett over Norcross. Colquitt County 15, Cedar Grove 10 in the second quarter.
And South Gwinnett is one we'll talk about here after this play. 4th down. Hardin steps up, gets away. Ball is out. Scooped up by North Forsyth, and that is the second fumble in a row for Hardin as he tried to navigate the pocket. Nearly got away, but lost control of the football when he did. And so the fumble recovery there will set up North Forsyth at the 31-yard line going the other way, effectively as basically as much as a turnover on downs there. Not advanced really on the fumble, but still just a great defensive stop from North Forsyth as they got down into close to red zone territory, and now they're going to take over once more. So big stop on the sudden change for North Forsyth's defense. Handoff is going to the strong side to the Trips.
And Shiloh's going to look back at all these opportunities they've had here in the second quarter. And if this game doesn't go the way they want it to, they're going to bemoan the fact that they didn't get the ball in the end zone.
And we're going to have a timeout now called by Shiloh as we probably have time ticking down here in the second quarter. Shiloh will get the ball back to start the second half, I believe. No, I take that back.
No,
It'll be North Forsyth.
Forsyth.
North Forsyth is going to get it back to start the second half. You mentioned South Gwinnett taking over, and South Gwinnett is one I was looking at the rankings coming in here before we came to the chuck down here on Score 58 Network, and South Gwinnett right now is 4-0 in 7A, and they are ranked number 20 in 7A at 4-0. Meanwhile, you got a school like Brookwood that is sitting at 1-3, played a lot of tough games for sure, but they're at 13 in 7A, and I'm an old school wins and losses matter guy, and I cannot see putting a team that's 1-3 ahead of a team that's 4-0. So
everything is analytics now. Everything is computer-based, computer-driven, strength of schedule, all that stuff.
Yep.
Last week, the line in our game was we were supposed to lose by 33 points.
And then what was the score?
14-3.
So North Forsyth has it second and long. Pump and go.
Oh, wow.
And there's the flag. I was expecting that one to come out. But very nearly made the catch
And
anyway.
if you're Shiloh's coaching staff, you're all right.
Oh, yeah. We'll take that one.
You can get 15 yards, but it's not a touchdown.
Which I don't know. That was a little bit underthrown, so I don't know if he would have gone for 6 on that one. But it certainly would have been more than the 15 yards that you get off the pass interference. So we'll take that one and live to play another down.
Updated scores right here. Wheeler 21, Campbell nothing. Jonesboro and Rockdale County, who you mentioned previously, tied up in the second quarter in a 21-21 game. Sounds like a fun game to be at.
Oh, yes. 2 6A programs there in region play. So we've got a bit of a tight end wing here down at
I was
the
waiting
bottom.
for 14 to run the shallow cross. That's picked. Might
Oh, no. And just like that, Shiloh has it going the other way. Just an ill-advised throw there from the quarterback of North Forsyth.
be Eric Baker on the interception right there for Shiloh, and number 14 runs the shallow cross. The pressure flushes Roberts from the pocket, and he sees his receiver. He doesn't see the defender sitting there waiting on the shallow cross to come in the flat and throws it right to him. Big play by Shiloh's defense, and they have looked completely different in the second quarter than they did in the first quarter.
They really have. And as a former quarterback coach, what does that pressure do when you're flushed out of the pocket quickly like that, when you're not ready for it, in terms of seeing the field? How much kind of tunnel vision does that give you in terms of?
It cuts the field into a third because you're running to the right. And in that case, when you do that, you kind of give yourself one receiver you lock onto, and sometimes you don't see anybody else but that receiver.
Yep. And so when, like Coach was saying, you get that vision on the receiver only, you have a limited field, and all of a sudden all you can really see is that one guy, and you just hope that you can get it to him, especially when you're being flushed out like Roberts was there. If he doesn't get rid of that, he's getting taken down. So you give that toss to him, and you hope that he can make that play, and sometimes you're going to lose sight of the defenders that are in the area. And that's exactly what happened there. Now, after the technical difficulties, we got second down and long now. Handoff going to the right, stretch action. He's got some room to run.
He's got
some
a lot of
good
room.
blocking up front.
Wow.
And really good blocking on the edge gives room for number 26 there of Shiloh. And we're going to get a timeout called here.
Or maybe a penalty.
And it will be a timeout for Shiloh. And I believe that's their second.
I think you're right.
And so we obviously don't have a view of the clock at the moment, but the way that Shiloh's been calling timeouts here over the last couple of plays, it makes me think that we're nearing the end of this second quarter, and Shiloh trying to strike here, steal a possession, because North Forsyth will get the ball back to start the second half.
Updated score from Troup County and Stars Mill at the half. Unranked Troup County 15, Stars Mill 3. At halftime in Jackson, Sandy Creek 6, Jackson nothing. That's pretty. That's impressive.
That'd be a fun game to watch right there. Jackson, number 3 team in 3A. Sandy Creek, number 3 team in 3A, and Jackson, the number 18 team in 3A. So got back to the double stack here, now motioning out of it. Man-to-man coverage, running with it. Handoff up the middle. Well played by North Forsyth, but a great job of running that one by he drug a couple of defenders there for some extra yardage.
Chris Herrick makes the play right there for North Forsyth, and if he doesn't, it's a touchdown. Number 55.
The nose tackle there.
Same play. Somebody up front didn't know what the play was because they sure were pass blocking.
Yep.
And that's going to be the last timeout for Shiloh taken right there.
It's going to be 3rd and about 4 from the 11, maybe 12-yard line.
I'm going to call it the 12.
And we get a shot here now of the clock. 27 seconds.
Okay. It's 3rd down. You're close. I'm saying right now that this is inside play fake. Try to hit something quick in that middle intermediate right there, kind of an RPO thing. Get the first down, get up and spike it because you have no timeouts left, and then you'll have 2 downs to get something done with if you don't score on the first play.
And I think I might go back to the tunnel screen.
You know, that's a great call. The other thing is this, with the way they've been releasing the back.
In the flat, on that
little flare.
I was thinking that as well.
But it looks like we're going to get an empty backfield. No, we're not.
Flex double set. Flexed to the left into the boundary. And there he goes on the flare. They were looking there, but played really nicely.
Touchdown
and over
in the
middle
middle
anyway. Wow, just – and North Forsyth safety right there is hot. But
yes.
That was beautifully played by the linebacker running with the back. They wanted to go to him. He looked him down the whole way, but saw the linebacker running with him, and just the linebacker runs with the running back. It means the middle of the field is open, and so he comes back across and finds his man and just delivered an absolute strike.
When someone's going out, someone's coming in.
And so Shiloh's going to go for 2 here to try and make it a 6-point game. It's a much more makeable 2-point conversion than the last time from 18 yards. Harden steps back, looks to his back in the flats, and just
he's gonna
overthrows
get defensive
him.
holding, so it's going to be at the 1.5 right here.
And Shiloh getting a break there.
That should have been 2 points.
Uh-huh.
So you having fun yet, Alex?
It's Friday night, and I'm watching football. Of course I'm having fun.
This is a pretty good game right here
Yeah,
now.
it is.
It's going to be great to see what the halftime adjustments are for North Forsyth on offense.
And it'll be interesting to see what kind of counter adjustment Shiloh has in store, because right now I think if you're Shiloh, you just keep doing what you're doing. They have had a couple missed opportunities offensively, but at least defensively, and now we're under center. Double tight, power action.
Nope.
And nothing doing. And so it's going to be a 4-point game remaining after the 2-point conversion is no good for Shiloh.
C.J. Linson, sophomore, 5'8", 156 pounds, just made the play.
And so we're going to have time for about maybe 1 play after the kickoff, because we had 27 seconds left at the timeout. They immediately scored on what was probably about a 7-second play at most.
Yep.
And so probably about 20 seconds remains. And I think if you're North Forsyth here, you see what you get on the kickoff. If you get anywhere near the 40-ish yard line, maybe you take a couple shots, because they do have 2 timeouts remaining, I believe. At least 1. So with 20 seconds left and a couple of timeouts, or maybe 1, if you get some good field position off of the kickoff, you can potentially move the ball a little bit to set yourself up.
That ball is hammered.
Wow. Just a rocket off the foot of the Shiloh kickoff man. And so everything I just said, I think, goes for naught, because at the 20-yard line, maybe you take a deep shot here, but I think maybe just take a knee.
Updated scores, Lambert 10, East Coweta nothing in the second quarter. East Coweta had a nice victory last week, 49-28 over Lowndes, and Lowndes currently leads Grayson 7-0 in the second quarter.
My goodness.
And there's your knee, and that is the half.
So at the half here from North Forsyth High School, we've got a heck of a game going. Shiloh leads 18-14 over the North Forsyth Raiders. And North Forsyth sitting at 1-0 in the region. Shiloh playing in their first region game. Shiloh looking to try and win their first region game, go to 1-0, and knock Forsyth down a peg to 1-1. But North Forsyth, we'll see what they do when they answer. They'll get the ball back when we come back here at the start of the second half. Once again, for Bo McMichael, Craig Chapman, I am Alex Schaefer. We want to thank you all for joining us here on the Score 58 Network. We are bringing you the check down here on a beautiful Friday night from Georgia, talking about Georgia football all around the state. And we talked about it earlier, Craig. I mentioned top teams in the state. according to Max Preps. You got Buford at number 1. You got Mill Creek at number 2. You got Langston Hughes at number 3, Cedar Grove at number 4, and Grayson at number 5. And 3 of those 5 teams are 7A teams, which pretty much tells you all you need to know about the strength of that top classification in Georgia football. There are some really good football teams in the state of Georgia, especially at that top. Looking at the number 1 teams in the rest of the classifications, Buford, obviously number 1 team in the state. They're the number 1 team in 7A. Langston Hughes is the number 1 team in 6A, sitting at number 3 in the state. Creekside is the number 1 team in 5A. Cedartown, number 1 team in 4A. Cedar Grove, the number 1 team in 3A, also number 4 in the state. Fitzgerald is the number 1 team in 2A. And then in single A Division 1, it's Prince Avenue Christian at number 1, and Bowden is the number 1 team in Division 2 for single A. So really good teams up and down the classifications here in the state of Georgia. We're also very proud to bring you action all year long for the Score 58 Network. A lot of great programs that are serviced by the Score 58 Network and that we are very happy to work with. Langston Hughes is one of them, the number 3 team, as I mentioned, in the state of Georgia, sitting at 4-0 in the in 6A. They are also 1-0 in region play. And so we're going to take a little bit of a break, give you some action of the North Forsyth Marching Band. So enjoy the show. And we will be right back with the check down here on the Score 58 Network.
They're classy, they're graceful, and they're elegant. They are the General's own Silver Lining, and tonight they are dancing to Maroon 5's ever popular Moves Like Jagger. Silver Lining would like to thank all of their supporters. The band is under the direction of Mr. David Dukes Jr., assisted by Mr. Dexter Clemens, Detron Clemens, Nico Minor, choreographer Natasha Douglas, and their booster club, Larry Green. It's time to stamp the field with the General Shield. This is especially for Let's hear it for the Shiloh Marching Brigade. Up next is your very own North Forsyth Marching Raider Band. And as we set up, we just want to make sure that you recognize those that support us. A lot of people here look around, you see, support the football program, the band program, the cheerleading program, and everybody associated with it. For the band, we'd like to say thank you to our sponsors, Vertical Earth, Landmark Realty, RWB Sales, 400 North Flooring, the Bannock family, Blue Mountain Coffee, Taco Mac, Miyagi Fence Works, GAF, your roofing source. Please, if you're out in the community, show them your thanks as much as we try to show them our thanks. Thanks for their support. We couldn't do it without them. Enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the 8th grade bands from Liberty and North Forsyth Middle School. The Raider Marching Band would like to thank Mr. Eddie Anthony and Miss Leah Breeding for bringing their students tonight to join us for 8th grade night. Please give these students one more round of applause.
position. Let's turn on those flashlights. It's time to light up Raider Valley.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here at the Score 58 Network with the Check Down. We want to thank everybody for joining us. I'm Alex Schaefer, joined by Craig Chapman, and Bo McMichael is out there somewhere with us as well. And we're here from North Forsyth High School, taking on Shiloh. Shiloh has an 18-14 lead in what was a very exciting first half.
Yeah, I mean, if you saw the start of this game, Shiloh goes out incomplete on first down, misses a home run throw on second down by about a yard, and then throws an interception, and North Forsyth takes it in 26 yards. A nice little tunnel screen for the touchdown. And then Shiloh rolls it right back down the field, gets a 2-yard touchdown run. Extra point was no good. Then Shiloh hits North Forsyth hits a long touchdown pass to Logan Curry on a post route, give them a 14-6 lead. A roughing the punter call allowed Shiloh to score. However, on their touchdown, they had a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, which North Forsyth took on the extra point try, which meant the 2-point conversion try was from the 18-yard line. It was unsuccessful, which made the score 14-12. But then it became a battle of the defenses throughout the second quarter. And Shiloh scored with 27 seconds left to go in the second quarter on a nice little inside slant throw when it looked like they wanted to throw a 3rd and 5 flare route to the back coming out of the backfield. And when the linebacker vacated to go play the flare, the slant opened up in behind for the touchdown, skinny post slant, whatever you want to call it. The 2-point conversion was stopped twice because there was a holding call on the first 2-point conversion. So from the 1.5, the inside run was stuffed, and now that's how we sit at 18-14 here. Getting ready to start the third quarter with Shiloh will kick off to North Forsyth. And as Alex has stated earlier tonight, North Forsyth 1-0 in the region. Shiloh playing their first region game. And don't you think Shiloh would love to go on the road, steal the region win, and take a head-to-head advantage against North Forsyth?
Absolutely, especially considering you look at the makeup of this 6A Region 8, and it on paper, on the outset, it looks like it's going to be North Forsyth and Gainesville are going to be battling for the top spot. 3-2 North Forsyth, 5-0 Gainesville. Everybody else at or below 500. But Shiloh could come in here, pull a bit of an upset over North Forsyth, who takes this one from the 5. And good coverage is going to get him down before the 25. Ooh. But, Shiloh is 1-3 after losing a couple of tough, close losses against some really good schools. And when you get into region play, anything can happen. There's a flag on this one on the kickoff return.
I mean, things that can't happen in a game. It's the opening kickoff of the second half. You make a great tackle, and then you get a personal foul because – they're going to call it both ways. And okay. That is the one penalty right there. I mean, sometimes it happens that way. I'm guessing both of them were talking. If that's it, don't throw the flag at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just you just wasted everybody's time. If both guys are talking, that's great. It's high school football.
And so that's we got the tight doubles formation here from North Forsyth. Haven't seen it a whole lot. We're going to hand it off on that one, and it goes nowhere as Shiloh is in right away. And that's big number 62 in there and once again. I'm telling you right now, that's a good football player right there, Coach.
But it looks so much different, Quincy Smith on the play again. But right now, the interior front from Shiloh is just defeating the guard, center guard for North Forsyth.
Big shift here now. Number 9 in at Wildcat quarterback. Handoff. Nope. Fake. He's going to go the other direction. Makes one man miss.
And there's
And is taken down by number 21, who has been he's been dynamite for this Shiloh defense.
Pollock again on the play, man. I mean, right now Shiloh feels it. They went into the half with all the momentum. They come out here from the second half, and the first 2 plays, they're just there. And you can see the confidence growing. I don't think they – early in the game, it looked like they didn't think they could stop them. Now you don't think they can get a first down.
5-man rush. Plenty of time. Unable to get it out to him. No flag.
And there's some there. Here's what I think has happened. It's hard for us. We don't get a full field. We don't get the all-22 view. But there is no space to throw the football.
No, it's very tight coverage
and
all the way around.
I think Shiloh just decided to play man underneath coverage.
And you were talking about Shiloh looking at region play. Coming up, they've got Appalachia next week, 0-5. After that, they got Jackson County, who is 1-4. Then they host Gainesville, who Gainesville's sitting at 5-0 right now, but anything can happen between now and then. And that game is a game that's at home where you want it to be. And so going from talking about North Forsyth versus Gainesville, second to last game of the season, potentially being a possible region title type of situation, now you're looking at third from the last game, Shiloh and Gainesville. That could be the region title there, depending on how things go. But
I mean, we got a long
nice
way to
little
go.
punt there. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Ball rolled 17 yards.
Yep.
It rolled 17 yards.
You talk about it all the time. 17 yards, if you don't catch a punt, is generally what you're going to be giving up. And so Shiloh starts off with the ball at the 34 instead of around midfield.
And I played for Scott Warner. You know, if you're a Georgia Bulldog fan, you know who Scott Warner is. But he made us know that stat. And that was so long ago, I can't even remember when he told me, oh, hate to see somebody get rolled up like that. Nice little delay right there to start this thing up for Shiloh.
Nice little 4-yard gain here. Will bring it out to the 38-yard line. It'll be second down and 6. And, I mean, I know you as an OC, you'll take 4 yards on first down every time.
I'll take 3. Because if I get 3, 3, and 3, I'm going for it on fourth down. And that's not the way my DNA functions, as you know, Alex. To me, I'd much rather it be 33, 23, 13, and in. But if you're going to give me 3 yards, if I'm going to be able to get 3 yards and it's going to be 4th and 1, I'm getting a first down.
Quick throw over the middle.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my goodness.
Jets.
Oh, my goodness. One man to beat, and he's not going to beat him, but, man.
Oh, they're going to call a holding. That's an awful call. I'm sorry. They're going to call a holding call. Man, what an inside route. They have attacked the central field of North Forsyth's defense all night. Even the interception in the first half was an inside throw.
Yep. And it's been there. And North Forsyth right now just doesn't have an answer for it. And I think one of the big reasons that they don't have the answer for it is you see the holding call there going against Shiloh at the end. It's going to – the catch and run is going to stand. It's just going to be not as long as originally thought. It's going to be at the 23-yard line just outside of the red zone as opposed to being a first and goal from inside the 5. But
that was Harden to Smith again. So
yep, and I think the big reason why the middle of the field has been so open, we saw it on the touchdown, right? They've been so effective throwing the flares. They've been so effective throwing the screens and quick things. The quick game, we talked about it earlier, the quick game to the outside, and I think they were looking for it right there. And there it is, quick right outside.
Oh,
a
nice
big
block.
Holy cow. Oh, man, I hope he is okay because he took a shot there. Number 3, the cornerback out there. And
that was number 19, George Benjamin, that threw that block.
He came out there and cleaned the corner. It is going to be first and goal now from the 4-yard line for Shiloh. And quick to the outsides, quick to the insides, and it's just got North Forsyth absolutely on their heels.
And they're at the 4, and they've pulled a Coach Chapman and gone to empty. And, I mean, this is going to be – they're going to bring pressure. Oh, that's a great job right there. They folded back number 40 right there, Colin Miller, up underneath that slant route. Very nicely done, a nice adjustment. So it'll
Ball
second.
a little bit overthrown there, but had to be, had no
If
choice.
he throws it to him, he hits him in the 40 in the back.
It is 2nd and goal.
And I'm, you know, everything in my brain, my play caller brain right now is going empty quarterback draw. Empty quarterback draw.
Meanwhile, I'm thinking, well, they got the back on the wrong side for it, but I was thinking flare to the trips. Looks like we're going to be getting a cover 0 here. Heavy pressure coming. Gets this one away. They went flare away from the trips and almost hit it.
Well, the guy responsible for that for that part was on the outside blitz. And so North Forsyth just has decided that we're going to bring more than you can block.
Yep.
And if you can get it off and be accurate with it, you know, we had this discussion in the first half when they threw the tunnel screen, and I was like, every time they bring more than 4, they get home. And I was like, you bring more than 4 right here, make them in a sure punt down. They threw the tunnel screen, they dropped in the coverage, they ended up getting about, I don't know, 20, or not 20, but about 13 or 14 yards, made it 4th and 9. They punted anyway. I think that North Forsyth's adjustment at half has been to come get them, and then they didn't right there, and it should have been an interception. Now, if I'm Shiloh, I just watched this dude kick the ball 7 yards deep in the end zone. There's got to be a way to kick a field goal, man.
Well, they missed the extra point,
and it should have been blocked. And so I understand that reasoning.
So, and it you know, it's something that often goes overlooked, especially at the high school level with special teams units. You can have an all-world kicker. We did last year at Luella, but we just had so many problems.
Well, the process is the whole thing, yeah.
And we had the whole process, we had a great snapper. Oh, no, and once again.
Wow, that was great defense right there.
Oh, my goodness. Once again, Shiloh with a quarterback center snap exchange issue that resulted in a bad play on 4th down when they needed it the most.
And this is about the 4th time that they've been inside the 20 and haven't scored.
And it's tough to win games in those situations. But, you know, we were talking about it. We had last year at Luella, we had a very good snapper, very good holder, very good kicker, but we had so many problems blocking up front that we had several kicks that ended up getting blocked, and it was no fault of that trio unit. And so that's something that a lot of people overlook when it comes to kicking field goals is, yeah, your kicker might be great, but the entire unit has to be able to get the job done. So North Forsyth will take over with the ball at the 4-yard line in the shadow of their own goalpost. Play action, going out to the right, caught over the middle, and he's got some room to run. He's going to be taken down from behind, but not before a huge gain out to almost the 30-yard line, caught shy at the 29.
Pass complete to number 44, Cooper Eglian, for 25 yards and a 1st down.
And just a really nice little pitch and catch there. Trips now up to the top. Rolling that way, flood action. And we're going to get a flag down. He'll slide down after a short gain. Actually, a pretty decent gain, actually.
I got a good look at it that time. It is man-to-man. And they are challenging the receivers. You were right. It was flood, but the deep out route couldn't get to more than 6 yards because he was getting jammed at 4. And one of the things that happens, and not having seen either one of these teams play, you know, any appreciable, you know, quarters of football this year, one of the things that happens is every once in a while somebody will challenge your receivers and just see how are they going to respond. Sometimes they respond great. Sometimes if they're not ready for it, it is not a good thing. Here's the inside pop screen. Nicely played again.
So it's clear that North Forsyth is not going to be deterred from that interception they threw on the reverse pivot screen there.
Well, that was
just throwing it again.
Well, that was the inside part version of it. And that play right there takes a whole lot more guts.
Because you're throwing it where there's a lot more people around.
Absolutely.
Trips once again up to the top of the screen. Roberts in at quarterback. Takes a step back, nub tight end, and they're going to try it again.
Right now, North Shiloh is all over the screen.
They can't. If you're North Forsyth right now, I think you got to take the screen out of the playbook at least for a few drives. Just it's not working. It's not there.
My favorite thing, I threw the screen a bunch. Spread. That is a part of the spread offense. I could throw a screen off a screen off a screen. And everybody used to laugh about it. I said I had screens off of every pass play and running play we had, and we basically did.
Yep.
But my favorite thing was if we threw a bunch of screens the week before to line up and hear people say, watch the screen because I knew you weren't rushing a passer.
Roberts will drop back. Finds his man over to the right. And after making a couple miss, he's going to get close to the first, but not quite there, I don't think.
Going to be about 3 yards short.
And so a really nice play there for North Forsyth on third down, but it's not going to be enough. And in this territory, we'll see.
Well, they're going to punt.
They're going to bring the punt team.
Now, if I'm Shiloh's coaching staff, I'm screaming.
Watch fake.
ADO, attempt to draw off sides. Watch the ball because we've already jumped off sides on a punt where we weren't rushing the punt.
Yep.
Do not jump off sides. Do not line up off sides. Do not stand straight up and let them snap the ball to one of those gigantic human beings right there and run straight up the middle at us.
And so no fake here, no offsides. Punt is away, caught and tackled immediately. What? There's some guts on that young man right there.
Is that Smith again?
I think
it
so.
Is. Man, football player.
Yes, sir.
He said, I signed up to play football. That means I'm never fair catching. He reminds me of the old dude that used to return for the Falcons. Remember Tim Dwight for a long time? He wouldn't fair catch. And then there was that one fateful Sunday, and he got wrecked.
A couple of score updates here for you from around the state. Grayson at Lowndes is down 21-7. Maybe a bit of premature call there from myself on Grayson being the best team in the state, but Lowndes is always a tough place to play.
And Lowndes is hurting, buddy. They gave up 49 points last week.
Handoff is going to go to Smith.
Now, Shiloh has run the ball more in the last 2 or 3 drives than we've seen them run it the whole game. If you go back to the drive right before the end of the half, they had a 2nd down and 13 after the interception, and then they ran basically a quarterback read stretch play. And everybody stayed inside, and Imuzi took it, or not Imuzi, who was it? It was 23 or 26, yeah. Makai Phillips. Wow, that is a
wide
long
open
throw. And that is a great job.
Wow.
That is a great job by Griffin right there of understanding what I need to do to get the first down and then attacking the DB. Not trying to run back inside, attacking.
He was 2-on-1 there, and he still picked up an extra 7 yards.
Well, he did step, when he stepped back inside, one of the things, when he stepped back inside, the inside force defender
committed hard
from North Forsyth kind of said, all right, I'm going to attack you. But when he did that, he turned and attacked the upfield defender who was sitting and waiting.
Yep. Just a great individual effort there on a great throw.
Hey, they'll take 4 on first down, but that was funny. He almost got tackled by his own receiver. But that was all hitches right there. And Shiloh's going back to doing what they have done so successfully all game. Take the snap, get the ball out of your hands. All right, update on some scores. Trinity Christian up big over North Clayton, 46-0 in the 4th quarter. Cedartown 43, Dalton nothing. Walnut Grove 7, East Forsyth 6. Whitewater 29, LaGrange 7.
Yep.
Collins Hill and Westlake 10-10 in the 3rd. There's the quick screen again. Stayed outside.
That is such
That's a great job.
That's a good football player right there, Coach.
I mean,
Griffin is impressive.
He set it up really nicely. Now, what's this flag on the field at the end of this for?
Shirley on the stop.
Oh, wow.
We're going to get –
wow.
So holding will be at the end there.
You want to take a guess what the Mill Creek Parkview score is at half?
I don't have to take a guess because I'm looking right at it, but it's close.
17-14.
And that feels like it's a real good game. Buford is over Marietta 14-0 late in the second quarter, closing in on the halftime.
Got some interesting games in the state tonight.
After the penalty, the gain is a net.
That Westlake Collins Hill game is – I bet that's a fun one to be at watching.
Colquitt County 22, Cedar Grove 17.
Deep shot down the sideline, overthrows the intended receiver. They're going to get the holding
right back.
And so now some of the flags coming out quite a bit.
Third quarter score, Griffin 12, West Lawrence 9.
Veterans in Northgate in a tight one, 14-3 in favor of the visiting Veterans.
Meadow Creek 21, Peachtree Ridge 19, third quarter. North Cobb 7, Milton nothing. Kell 72, Centennial 6.
Oh, hey, we got a really nice one here. 18-14 in the third quarter. Shiloh and North Forsyth. I bet that's a fun one to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to turn it over and see what's going on in that one. Roswell 35, Johns Creek 34, third quarter.
And Rockdale is leading Jonesboro 29-21 in the second quarter. Devils formation here for Shiloh after the defensive holding gives them a first down. Tunnel screen over that way, and it's played well by North Forsyth. Short gain there for Griffin. And right now, Hardin to Griffin is money for Shiloh.
Troup County 36, Stars Mill 10.
That is that region isn't.
Yes, that's all you have to say.
That region is unreal.
South Paulding 42, Noonan 7. The Spartans of South Paulding. Sandy Creek 15, Jackson 7 in the fourth quarter.
Arabian Mountain is leading Locust Grove 13-0. Locust Grove looking to try and get their first win on the year. Hit as he throws, deep shot.
And
there's the flag.
Didn't look like much, but if I'm guessing, he's got a hold of his inside arm.
Yep. And once again, you're not going to hear me talk positively about offense a whole lot, but that one, I'm throwing the flag on that one myself as well. But North Forsyth has definitely come out here in this second half, and like you said, they've made it a point that they are going to be more physical in coverage. They've been playing a lot tighter coverage than they did earlier on, and they are going to be bringing pressure, and they're lining up and playing man-to-man on the outside and saying, you know what, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us because you out-athlete us. You're not going to out-scheme us anymore. Motion going that way, pop pass to him.
Oh, that was a great job by number 40 right there, and a better job. That's Pollock. Right?
Oh, my. What a run for number 21 from Shiloh.
Bryce Pollock, who has been everywhere.
And a flag down.
And I think this is on the end of the line right there, and it's a great job by Miller, who comes up and just absolutely wrecks the lead blocker and forces the hold. I mean, that takes on the lead blocker, stuns the lead blocker, forces the hold, and gets the penalty. But
what's that, 4 or 5 plays in a row now that have had penalties?
So it's first down and 22.
Heard County leads Clarkston 51-0 in the third quarter. Big score out there. Whew.
Creekside up 30-0 over Chapel Hill in the third quarter. That was a 7-0 game for a long time.
Lowndes is going to go up 21-7 over Grayson now.
And now we get to see it. We've been looking at it.
And
that was really the first time that Hardin has taken off all night. He's going to get 11. It's going to make it 2nd and 11. That's a really nice job of getting it back into a much more makeable down and distance.
Yep, and Hardin did come up, looked a little bit hobbled when he came up. So we'll see if they make a change at quarterback. Nope, Hardin staying in.
He's going to throw this football, though.
Oh, I think so. And
or he's going to hand it to 26 right here.
So we've got a tight doubles to the top, wide doubles to the right.
There it is.
Flare out to number 26, and very well defended by North Forsyth.
Now that was a nice job of rallying to the football by North Forsyth right there. It's going to bring up 3rd down. That was, but Hardin went the right way with the football. And Phillips makes a nice catch right there. The pressure is fast off the edge. He gets the football out safe to his safety valve, his blitz beater. And then North Forsyth rallies and makes the tackle. And that's what, if you're playing in the spread, you better be able to live with that and understand how to handle that. And that was the reason why every week we'd have a scripted series where we would put our offense in the worst case scenario possible.
And whistle before the play, but they were going for that pop pass once again. And I think we're going to get a timeout called by Shiloh.
Shiloh takes their first. Going back to what I was talking about handling the blitz and the spread, we used to script a 10-minute part of practice. And what we would do is we would put the offense in the worst possible position. I wanted it to be so much harder when we practiced it than I thought it would be on Friday night. And I'm going to say it from this perspective. I learned that from Coach Hughes and Coach Campbell. When I first got to Lovejoy, they worked blitz control tirelessly. And the reason they worked it tirelessly was because we were going to be in 5 wide receivers the majority of the game.
Yep.
And I remember watching practice and just thinking, there's no way anybody would ever run that blitz at us on Friday night. And for the majority of the weeks that I've coached in my life, the answer has been, yes, you're right. But one Friday night against Stars Mill, they sent everybody. They were throwing the water boy in there. They sent everybody. We had 5 wide receivers, and they would send 8. And the final score of the game was 19-18. It's one of the best, most physical football games I've ever seen.
Speaking of 5 wide, empty set now. Oh, and Shiloh had the score, but out of the hands of the intended receiver, and a North Forsyth defender is down in the end zone. I think they're both down.
They ran into each other.
What a collision there.
Well, it might have been some knee to knee.
And that's is that number 9 or number 6 down there?
That's number 6 on the ground, Colton Vela.
And the Shiloh receiver got up and jogged off, so good to see that he's off under his own power. Lambert and East Coweta sitting at 10-0. Lambert leads at halftime. Got a good one down there in East Coweta you were talking about earlier. Number 22, Lambert, versus number 25, East Coweta. So we obviously hope for the best for all these young men playing out here. Never want to see anybody have to go out with an injury. This is going to bring up, is this 3rd down or 4th down here, Coach? I believe it's going to be 4th down. And so Shiloh has had 2 4th down attempts in this territory as number 6, Avila, is helped off the field.
I'm going to say it again. I'm not a doctor, and I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, but if you've ever hit knee to knee with somebody,
I don't need to. I've got bad knees as it is.
I can just tell you from experience, agony, awfulness.
I've never hit knee to knee, but I have been hit helmet to my knee.
That is also terrible.
At practice one time, it was
almost as bad.
It was not good.
Almost as bad as helmet to the exposed shin while running. So they're going to go for it to get on 4th down.
Well, I was standing still on the sideline at practice one day. Defender and runner were coming together and coming my way, and had a group of kids behind me that I knew I wasn't going to be able to get out of the way. Just had to take it.
4th and 8.
Harden drops back, looks over the middle, makes the catch.
Is that Smith?
And he's in for the score. Smith one more time.
Pass is complete to number 1,
And
Miles Smith.
it was the same thing. The linebackers attacked the back, leaving the backfield. Smith from the inside trips position just runs right in behind him, gets the man-to-man coverage on his outside hip and gives him an acre to throw the football. There's no one in the middle of the field. I mean, this is just, I mean, if this was Shiloh's plan coming in and they realize, you know, if it was Shiloh's plan, that was a great job on Sunday or Saturday afternoon. And if it was an in-game adjustment.
It's even better.
Yeah, I mean.
And Harden is going to go in for the score on the 2-point conversion.
Now, does it count because his helmet came off before?
I think he was in before the helmet came off. Now, it's a dead ball when the helmet comes off, but I think they're going to give it to him, and it's going to be 26-14 here. Shiloh leads North Forsyth High School. And you said it, Coach. The game plan has just been on point, whether that was the plan coming in or it was the adjustment. They are attacking that middle of the field. And for North Forsyth, it's now become an issue of you've made the decision you're playing man-to-man coverage, but you are not protecting the inside release of the receivers. And we talk about it on defense all the time. Our defenders are taught when you're in man-to-man coverage, you have to protect inside first every time. And you line up with inside leverage. You line up with and in this situation, I'm lining up hard inside leverage. I might start 1.5 yards inside now and give them the widest of outside releases.
And you know, a lot of the stuff that we do on offense, you know, when we were, you know, throwing it, you know, 35 times a game, you were always going to have nice job of being in the way when number 9 got there with the football. But a lot of the things that we did, it would be, you know, it was a staple thing on the board. It would tell the wide receiver, you have a more. And a more was a mandatory outside release. And so, but if you were running an inside breaking route, then you knew leverage. If somebody lined up head up you, it was over.
Yep.
You know, and if it was somebody lined up inside of you, you had to set them up so that you could get back inside.
And when you've got receivers with the talent that Smith and Griffin especially, stumbles there. Didn't look like he might have had much room to run, but.
Well, they went back to the first series of the game. They were super productive running that power play where they kick with the guard and they wrap the H-back around. And right then when the H-back left, the linebacker on the H-back side just ran through the guard's gap, and he was the one that got his feet in there and actually kind of tripped the running back.
Nice throw. That's a really impressive throw from Roberts there. A long throw to make out there to the outside, but and you know, when you've got receivers, I was talking about with Smith and Griffin, the talent that they have, and then you start lining them up inside on a trips formation
and moving them,
matching them up with a linebacker. It's hard enough for a cornerback who works on that every single day to take away that inside to do it. But then you got a linebacker who's not as comfortable in that situation trying to do that against someone like Smith. Smith's going to win that matchup 99 times out of 100.
So right here you're looking at 3rd down and 5, and it's kind of a big 3rd down right here. Trying to go with a little RPO. And
great defense played there from number 7 for Shiloh.
That's Andrew Reeves for Shiloh on the pass breakup. Pass was intended for number 44, Cooper Eglion again, and he had the big catch the last drive.
They did, and he had that one as well, and just a great individual effort there to break that one up by the Shiloh defender, and it's going to force a 4th and 5, and North Forsyth is going to have to punt here late in the 3rd quarter. Still just a 2-score game, so if you can get a quick stop here for the North Forsyth defense, You give your offense another chance.
The problem is that North Forsyth just went 3 and out.
Smith just called a fair catch.
He did. Yeah, he was tired from scoring. He didn't want to get hit again.
Yep.
But, I mean, look where the ball is at. The ball's at the 43-yard line.
Uh-huh.
Your defense has been on the field the whole third quarter.
It has.
I mean, you had a stop where they got down to the 4-yard line. And that's about the 4th time your defense, if you're North Forsyth, has bowed its back and kept Shiloh out of the end zone, or we wouldn't be looking at a 2-score game right here.
Yep.
We might be looking at 35, 42, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
So Shiloh's defense has got to do something right here. Get the ball out, get a quick 3 and out. And if you're, North Forsyth, if you're Shiloh, don't change what you're doing.
No. Pop pass to Griffin again. Gets the edge. Just, what do you do with that, Coach? Defensively, what?
Well, what they're doing, that they've brought it from a distance where the jet motion shows up, and North Forsyth was getting a chance to fire. But that right there with the condensed set, it's on you so fast. And they ran it into the short side of the field, so you got pretty good blocking angles for your guys. And he just did a great job right there. The timing was perfect. He got the ball. And he was able to split those 2 blocks on the edge and get down the sideline. Here it comes again to the wide side of the field.
Smith now going the other way. It's a nice play there from number 11, making the tackle coming down from the safety spot.
That's William Verderame, 6 foot, 180-pound senior.
But still a 5-yard gain.
And what Shiloh has done so well, when you run the jet, you should give them landmarks. And ours are, you're going to get the ball at hash, numbers, sideline. And right now when they run it, have you seen anybody cut it up yet?
Not yet.
They are running hash, numbers, sideline, and stretching the defense. And now they've gotten them tired because they've been rushing the passer, chasing receivers. And, I mean, right now it's whatever they want.
Just an absolute explosion. And we talked about it. Shiloh's averaging they're averaging 27 points a game, and that is with a game where they scored 8 points and a game where they scored 14 points.
So they scored 50 on somebody.
They did. They scored 55, went 55-0. And so they are an offensive explosion waiting to happen, and we're seeing it right here.
Well, you've got skill guys all over the field. They do a nice job of putting you in a bind on defense. You have to decide, do we want to come get it? And right now, and right here, Jeremiah Harden is going to want that play back because I think that's the end of the third quarter.
The fourth quarter bell.
But Harden right there, if he pulls that football.
He's still running.
And I know he saw it because as soon as he pulled it and he started looking, you could just see his head go back like, yep, going to hear about that one on Monday.
And so after the gain of maybe 1, maybe 0, they're going to have 2nd down and 9, and that is going to be where the fourth quarter begins. Shiloh in control here at North Forsyth High School as they try to move to 1-0 in region play in Region 8 6A.
Okay, so obviously someone typed the Kell score in wrong because it said it was 73.
Yep.
Now it's 13-9. So unless they had 60-point penalty, someone typed it in wrong and corrected it. Commerce 17, Banks County 14, fourth quarter.
Sandy Creek 29 over Jackson 7. That's a final.
29-7. So they turned it on in the fourth quarter. One thing you will never say about playing Jackson, and I've been there a couple of times, those dudes get after you.
Yep.
You will know you've been in a football game when you play the Red Devils from Jackson.
Lake Oconee Academy won 15-14 over Loganville Christian Academy. Handoff going away from the motion.
And number 50 got either stepped on or twisted an ankle. Now, that right there was a complete setup play. They ran the motion into that stack, and here's what's coming. They're going to run the motion into that stack, and I think right now it's 3rd down. But that play is coming again where they will line up, run the motion, fake the play, pump the quick screen, and throw the go route. Where's that ball at?
And linebacker number 42 in there, and Harden is slow to get up on a hard shot.
And that's Jacob Shirley, who started the game off with
Big tackle on kickoff.
Yep, and then he comes in with the pressure right there on Harden.
Got a final from Southern Crescent Stadium. Trinity Christian winning 53-12 over North Clayton. And so Trinity Christian, that moves them to 2-0 in the region, I believe.
Good game between Manchester and Chattahoochee County. Manchester 14, Chattahoochee County 7.
So 4th down, trips to the top of the screen. Trying to go to the middle of the field, and once again, just thrown behind Smith, the intended receiver. And that one's going to be batted away. And North Forsyth, right on cue, they got the stop that they needed here, and they set themselves up at the start of the 4th quarter with an opportunity to go down the field. 75 yards, it's a long field, but if they can get something going here on offense, they can take it down the field, cut that lead down to 1 score, and plenty of time.
Speaking of cutting the lead to 1 score, Locust Grove's on the scoreboard. Arabia Mountain 13, Locust Grove 6.
Double set now for North Forsyth. Roberts dropping back, rolling now to his right, finds the receiver outside. Can't quite keep his feet, otherwise he had a little bit of room to run there, but it's going to be good for a 8-yard catch.
All right,
that's going to be 2nd and 2.
Mark this down. There's 11 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. And Shiloh, who has been playing man coverage since the 2nd quarter, went to zone right there.
Yep.
And they're in zone this time.
Double back for the first time. Motion out of it. Quick throw to the outside. That's just such a good ball.
And this looks like the early start of the game. Pass complete to number 14, Michael Oakland. 6'5", 220-pound senior. I need to find me some of them 6'5", 220-pound wide receivers.
Final from Cairo, Georgia. 62, Cairo takes care of Salem.
Syrup Makers handled the Seminoles.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's it's Curry again.
What a throw.
That's 3 for Curry tonight,
The
correct?
safety, yes, sir. The safety trying to undercut that one just misses it, and there's no help over the top. When you've got a safety playing over the top, coming underneath, you have to make that play.
Shiloh went to man coverage in the 2nd quarter.
And shut North Forsyth down
for
completely.
2 straight quarters. Comes out in the 4th quarter with a 12-point lead. Ran the football on 2nd down and 10. Then got an incomplete pass on 3rd down, an incomplete pass on 4th down, and then backed off and played zone. And in 4 plays, it's 75 yards.
And it's a 5-point game.
Exactly.
And now the real danger with this is something that a lot of people don't recognize is they have now throttled down. And now they have to throttle back up. And there is nothing harder in football. Any Falcons fan would tell you.
Stop it, man. You're going I mean, the whole time I was sitting here thinking about this and talking about it, I was like, I understand the idea. I can tell you this right now. From 2010, let's go, halfway through 2010, we had played the same defense every week. We didn't make an adjustment. We played 5 guys down, 2 linebackers that were 30 technique linebackers in the box, and we played cover 0. And our best corner got hurt, and we quit doing it. And the next year when he came back, we played it every snap of 2011. So when he was healthy, we played it every snap of 2010 through 6 weeks. Every snap from the scrimmage. Wow, what a hands. unfortunately running the wrong way. It was a good job of getting down. But here was the thing. We ran that defense every game. We changed the front technique some, but the coverage never changed. And I can remember we were playing one night in a playoff game in 2011, and we're playing we were playing, I want to say it was either Northwood, no, it was 2011, so it was either Kell or Ware County, and they were back inside the 5, and we were up like against Kell. We were up, and they had the ball first and 10 at their own 2, and we were press cover 0 late in the game, and I was like, somebody please back up. And I remember somebody said, nope, that's how we play.
And now North Forsyth has
and
all
there,
of the
there it
momentum.
comes. The flag just changed that. He threw him out of bounds into the kicking thing. They got a 15-yard penalty. And I think that the contact was actually made inbounds.
It was. I don't know about how that one's. It's because he hits the net.
And you're going to.
Oh,
they
no,
call
it's
it
a face mask.
Okay.
Okay. I'm all right with that then.
If
I
he
didn't
grabbed
see
him-
it, but
Yeah, I was sitting there thinking, I understand him hitting the net looks terrible.
yep.
But if you hit somebody in bounds and they run into a coach or run into the net, then that's. But if it's a face mask, you pretty much got to call that.
Yep.
Foul, face mask against the Raiders.
And guess what? It's 1st and 1. Because they changed that rule now.
At their 37-yard line, it is 1st and a yard.
And can't quite get that one up there, but
But see, now here's the thing. North Forsyth has gone to a press look.
yep. Well,
So-
they've been in. That's what they've been in with heavy pressure. They've been back and forth between press and off, but they've been man to man.
And that right there was to the short side of the field. And I'm waiting for the motion to the stack for the fake screen and go. Now, if you're Shiloh and you call it, you got to make sure it's protected because you've had some free runners at your quarterback, and
Yep.
that play's going to take a second.
So now we got trips down here to the bottom.
This could be stretched aside. There comes the running back out
Hit as he threw.
and caught,
Oh my goodness!
and maybe a touchdown. That's smart. Nice job right there by Griffin. He sees.
He's such a good football player. There's so much football intelligence on display by that player.
But it was the whole play.
It's been the whole game though.
He attacked that football.
Yes, and we've seen it from him several times. On the kickoff return we just saw was a great football intelligence play. Earlier on, he was 1-on-2, and he made a cut that committed one and then committed to the other and attacked it. That's something that you cannot teach.
Yep,
Is that kind of instinct, the instinctual football intelligence there. Pop pass going and just snuffed out.
Oh.
But Smith. And so he was down there.
He may not be feeling real good right now. Jeez.
And so we'll get a brief timeout here, hopefully brief, as they take care of Smith. That'll be a big loss for him.
I think he got kneed in the butt, to be quite honest with you. But you asked how you stopped that play. What North Forsyth did right there is exactly how. You run through. You see the motion come, you're running through that gap. Now, as an OC, I see that.
Yep.
I see that play side run through because I'm pulling that guard to get out on the edge. So now my next thing is you run on through, big guy. Come on, run right on through because I'm going to show that.
And then hit the slant right behind it.
No, I'm blocking everybody back. And I'm wrapping the backside guard around to take care of the other linebacker that's in there, and my quarterback is running. And it's just, I mean, you've got to be able to adjust off what they're doing. And right now they've gone, you see it right here. They're sliding it to the field. There's the quick screen. I mean, right now Shiloh is answering everything that North Forsyth is doing. Now Shiloh's selling out. And they're selling out all over the place. You just said great play. If he doesn't get off his feet and make the tackle, there's a chance that that's fixing to go house.
Yep.
But right now, has Shiloh thrown an incompletion? No. Have they run out of bounds?
Nope.
No. They're sitting there at the 24, and it's 3rd and short, and all they're wanting to do right now is get 2 yards, 3 yards, get the chains to move, and then crank that 40-second clock right back up.
I love a good stem.
Man, North Forsyth is bringing everybody. And that was, wow. Touchdown, or did he step out of bounds?
They're going to say he was
Out
out.
of the 5. And, man, Coach, they did stem it. They stemmed it into the perfect weak side blitz. And if that's not a flare out to the motion back, it's probably a sack. Everything about that was good football.
Yep.
So 1st and goal at the 5 right here, and what has turned into an absolutely, this is a mud. You
have to score here.
And you can't let them score. Take your chances of going 99, 98, 95, whatever, but they can't score. Free
right
rusher.
in his face. This one up in the air. Big man catches it.
Did he score? The ball is tipped. He can do that. And he, unfortunately,
lost his hat.
Is a little bit worse for wear down there.
Let's wait for the spot.
Man, I'm going to tell you right now, the ball was tipped.
But you said it, free runner there for North
Forsyth. But that's what they're doing right now.
And they're going to call the tip. And it's going to be 2nd and goal now from the 1.
Now you're going to get, they're going to get put the 25-second clock up there. Get your 2 tight ends in the game. And it's 2nd and goal, so run it 3 times. If you don't score this time, run the same play again.
Mm-hmm.
Take every second off the play clock.
Which they did not, but they're in for the score.
No, not yet. He's still at the 1.
Oh, man. It was the fullback that I saw getting in there that I thought was carrying it.
He's at the half-yard line.
But you know what? That's best
I'm
case
sitting
scenario
over there,
for Shiloh.
I'm sitting over there on the sideline going, all right, here we go. We're going to run. We're going to go right. Quarterback sneak. And then I'm gonna stand over there with my hand up. And at 5 seconds, I'm going to point at him, and he's going to snap the ball at 1, and we're going to score. And if we don't score, we're going to repeat the process again. Wow. What a call. Guts of a cat burglar, man. Yes. Bryce Pollock for the score. A 1-yard touchdown pass from Jeremiah Harden.
8 minutes and 5 seconds left in the game, and Shiloh goes up 32-21, 11-point game, and they're going to go for 2 here to make it 13.
I would kick this.
No, yeah, I think that's.
I would. Kick.
It looks like they're coming back on. They're bringing the field goal.
No, they're going to run this thing. They're not kicking nothing. They said one. You got one try.
Oh, it was the personnel that was coming. The 2 tight ends were coming off. Yep.
Now where
trips now to the left. Back flares to the right.
Oh, now that is a great call.
Oh, my goodness.
That is an absolutely perfect call. It's Smith
and
again.
Good to see Smith back up and rolling.
Coach, what have we talked about all night? We've talked about them running the slant. Anything to the middle of the field. And that right there, it was a slant replace. And a perfect throw by Harden. Smith catches it out away from his body with his hands. You can't cover that route, man. You can't. If it's run properly, you can't. That's a great job. He was right there. Great throw and catch.
It's a perfect throw. That's what makes that work. Harden is.
All right, Coach. There's 8 minutes left. 8 minutes and 5 seconds left.
I'm pressing.
And I was waiting to hear your.
I'm pressing. I am saying.
If you beat
you beat us, you beat us. But
you beat us with what we've done best tonight.
We are not playing soft coverage. We are not giving you. We're not taking what you give us. We are going to make you beat us. And I think we were talking about it just a minute before that the defense had throttled down. it's really tough to throttle back up once you've throttled down. But now enough time has passed, I think, that the offense is giving you a little bit of life. I think you can throttle back up and not feel that gear change, that gear stick when you try and throttle it back up, which is something that it's not a given at any level. Again, Falcons fans will tell you, and this one's going to go out of the back of the end zone and it'll be a touchback. But hate to do this one to you, but
Yeah,
you
man.
28-3, and that was the big thing to me when I was watching that Super Bowl was the Patriots started coming back, started rolling because the Falcons had throttled down, and then you think about it as a fan looking at it thinking, well, just get back into playing tougher defense. It's not
Go
that
back
easy.
to doing what you were doing. It ain't easy.
It's not that easy, especially after a couple of series of being throttled down. It is hard to throttle that back up.
Score update, Arabian Mountain 13, Locust Grove 12.
Deep shot, wide open. Oh, just misses him. Had him running. I don't know that he runs all the way from that safety in pursuit, but that is a big shot that they just missed.
Right back on the ball, 2nd and 10 from the 20 right here. Roberts, 2 back look, 3 wide receivers. And this is the play they scored on last time.
Pumps, gets him on the pump and go, hits him in stride, and he's going to have him.
You got to be kidding me.
Slowed him up just enough, and they're going to get him down just inside the 5.
Pollock makes the tackle.
Oh, my goodness. And it was Smith in coverage who held him up just long enough. Couldn't quite get him down, but had that hold of the jersey that
That's
slowed
the
him down.
greatest jersey maker in the history of the world right there. That jersey. And this play right here, snapping the ball that this dude is unfair. Miller's fixing to score.
Patience. That's a linebacker with the patience of Le'Veon Bell running that football, and they're in 3 plays.
And I'm going to tell you what, in the last drive, when one of his fellow linebackers didn't make the play, he was I was wondering if I was the only one that saw it.
Well, it was when Smith went down. I saw it as well.
Oh.
He was teaching him on the field, showing him the shuffle steps, and it was, man, that was impressive. What a drive there. Not even a drive, just a strike from North Forsyth. And after a big offensive first quarter and then just basically offensive silence for both teams
until late in the second quarter when Shiloh scored first drive of the second quarter, last drive of the second quarter.
But a defensive slug out for 2.5 quarters basically, and now all of a sudden.
And I'm going to tell you what, wherever North Forsyth held this this down the field passing attack, they've thrown the ball 4 times. The last 3 times they had it, they had to punt, remember, but they threw it to 44.
And had him.
And number
and
7,
a great defensive
Reeves
effort.
made the play. And that was on 3rd and 5. And since then, they've thrown 2 more passes that have been just like they broke out, like you said, hitch and go down here on that last play. And the play before that was just a straight seam route in between, the linebacker and the safety. But still, was their man coverage that dominant that you couldn't do anything with it for 2 quarters? And then all of a sudden you're just like, okay, now we'll just score when we want to. I mean, it's just amazing how those things happen in high school football.
It's crazy.
So 34-28, and you're going to get a pooch kick again. And if they kick it to number 13 right here, Mr. Griffin.
Or number 1.
If he catches the ball and starts across the field and then just cuts straight down the middle of the field, it might be 41-30 or 27.
And right on cue.
But that was great coverage.
Man.
Number 33.
That's exactly what he wanted to do.
Mason Lawson on the tackle. So now the ball is at the 29 or the 30, nose touching the 30. You got 70 yards, but you're up 6. more importantly right here, you've got to get a first down. Let's just put it at that point.
Troup County now taking care of number 20 Stars Mill, 44-17 in the fourth quarter.
I can't make a comment on that because all the things I'll say will be deemed ugly. So I will not say them. Trips to the field right here for Shiloh. They better tackle
Oh, my
him.
goodness.
That is a great
Holy
play.
cow.
21.
Shot out of a cannon.
Colton Constable. He was patrolling and he made the tackle.
And the constable comes on in.
We just both got fired and we don't. You just got fired for making 2 horrible jokes. Both of y'all, get out of here. Oh, man. Score from Valdosta right now, heading to the fourth quarter. Valdosta 21, McEachern 14.
That's a good game.
The thing I love about high school football now is because of the way everything is set up, people just play. Ooh. And that was Smith.
It was, and I think for his safety, that was the best thing, was him not making that catch.
He looked up because he was staring.
He was staring down number 99, the defensive end. Who
Brody
dropped.
Hancock, outside linebacker. It says 6'2",
I think
195, and I'm going to call
not a chance.
wrong. That was what he was when he was in the 8th grade.
Yeah. And now everything is going North Forsyth's way.
Yeah, this is just, I mean, this game is
Empty,
wild.
Empty set now for Shiloh. Harden drops back. Rolls to his right. Nowhere to go.
Oh, no.
Chucks it deep.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
What in the world? Just a circus catch made by number 6.
Yes, that's Imuzi.
Oh, my.
Jameer Imuzi.
Oh, my goodness.
And right now, I've gone back and forth on who the player of the game is, but if Shiloh holds on, Harden has to be the player of the game.
It's got to be. That.
I mean, Harden, Griffin, Smith, Pollock. I mean, you could just anybody that plays
Roberts.
a skill position for Shiloh.
Or either one of the quarterbacks.
Yeah. I mean,
Roberts has made some incredible throws here down the stretch.
Logan
And
Curry.
number 9.
There's the jet. They've got it matched up on the corner. That is an absolutely wonderful play right there by number 30.
And he was
Cole
the one,
Leroy, exactly.
He was the one who almost made the play earlier on Smith.
And Miller was telling him to quit shuffling, quit bouncing, and fire and go make the play. One thing about it from Shiloh's perspective right now is you've gotten your first down, and you had to drop, but the last 2 plays have been inbounds.
And we don't have an eye on the clock, but it's
And it's second down, so right now this would be an absolutely wonderful time to throw this quick screen.
instead they're going to take a deep shot. Intercepted by North Forsyth, and it's going to be going the other way.
And that's the Constable again.
Oh, my goodness.
The Constable, who is a sophomore. So now it sets it up. We're looking at 5:54. I mean, this is a lot of fun. I didn't know what I was getting myself into on this Friday. I thought it was going to be a nice, relaxing Friday. You know, I wouldn't have any kind of stress or sweat or anything. And here I am right here in the middle of it. North Forsyth, Shiloh, give us a game. Thank you, gentlemen.
And you know what? Gainesville, we've talked about them, 5-0. Probably looking at a number 1 in the region there if they can run that table. But Shiloh and North Forsyth are for real.
And they're back in zone, so they just flip it to Curry.
That's Curry again.
Curry gets 7. It'll make up, or get 7. It'll make it 2nd and 3.
And out of bounds.
Absolutely. And look at the wholesale changes. Oh, I love it. They're going to go power and run this thing and run the clock and score late. If they do this, this is the all-time greatest coaching thing ever. They may not have to run.
Oh, my goodness.
He may just keep running down the field. Just leave them in the game, Coach. You've got them where you want them right now. 1st and 10, ball's at the 35. Run it, make them make the adjustment. This is definitely not something that they want to look at right now. I mean, look at this. This is just a wall of mass. And that is a great play. Guess who it was?
It's Griffin doing it all. Oh, my goodness.
I mean,
It's not often you see with a 6A program you see a bunch of players playing both ways. But we've seen Smith and Griffin both playing wide receiver and defense.
Benjamin.
Curry for North Forsyth is going both ways.
And now Miller's in there from playing his Mike linebacker spot. He's running the football with every offensive lineman in the state of Georgia in the backfield. Oh, face mask.
Yep.
Miller on the carry. Flag on the play.
They're going to get the big as he was running by.
It's reaching out, and it's –
And I'm telling you, man, when they brought those guys in there and they've run this play, like they ran it the first time they were down close, or that first 4th down, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And they ran it, and it was like, okay, that's devastating. And then we saw it on the goal line. And now, I mean, you talked about it. What is the one thing you least expect in a game where a team's down 6 and they have to go the length of the field? Do you expect them to get in 2 tights, full house, T backfield, Notre Dame box-looking thing, and just snap it and run behind a massive wall of humanity? No, you don't, and they just keep running power to the right. And that's another first down.
my first bit of experience coaching football was when I was a student at Georgia Southern University in a coaching football class, and they had us go out and we coached Pee Wee 9-10 teams, and we ended up winning the league that year, undefeated. And the reason why was because we had a quarterback who was the coach's son and a running back who were both a single pound under the running limit, and they could not be tackled. And it was just unfair. And right now we're looking at that with number 40 Miller. He is that running back who is just bigger, stronger, and so tough to take down.
So last year last year was my first year that I did not coach in the spread.
Mm-hmm.
Period. It's my 23rd year coaching. I've been in the spread my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
So I go down and I'm coaching at Pike, and we're a wing T base team. And we go and scout Upson Lee. And Upson Lee is playing LaGrange,
Mm-hmm.
and they're in the spread. And they did not have a good night. And so the next film I see on Upson Lee, they are in the single wing, and they are snapping it to this guy that's 6'5", 260 pounds.
Oh, my God.
And it is horrifying. Well, he just said, "Get off me." And the ball.
Speaking of LaGrange, final from Whitewater. Whitewater winning 29-21 over LaGrange.
Granger's made a late run at it.
That division, that region. Region 4-4A.
Look, you got Whitewater, you got Stars Mill,
Mm-hmm.
you got Troup County. I mean, who'd you else? You say Trinity,
Riverdale, Fayette County.
I mean, and then North Clayton's in there.
North Clayton.
North Clayton's like, man, what did we do?
Just another impressive run.
And they're doing exactly what we said. They're lining up. They're running the same play. It's the same play. It hasn't gone left. It's gone right. It's been power right, or blast right, or student body right, or heavy over right, or whatever you want to call it right. But it's been right, and they put this in there after gaining 8 yards or 7 yards on a completion Logan Curry, and Mr. Miller has come in here, and North Forsyth has made the decision that they are going to run this play, run the clock, and that is an absolutely wonderful play right there by Jabari Morrison.
And Griffin right there again.
Now, here's the thing. That's a negative yardage play for the first time, right?
Mm-hmm. If even a negative.
So they said he gained a yard? Now they went left.
Well, and that's what I love about this formation is it's not even an unbalanced formation.
Now, here's the thing. How tired is Miller right now?
He's gassed.
I mean, they've run the football, what, 6, 7, 8, 9 times in a row with him? If they've got a pass, if they snapped it to him and released 44 up the seam right here. Ball, oh, he fumbled, and it's 4th down. And they've run all of this clock down here. And you know they got to go to the spread right here. They got to go back to the regular offense.
Here they come, who have been sitting over there for a number of minutes.
10 plays. I'm calling time. Shiloh's got to call timeout right here. That is a great timeout. Get it. 2 minutes.
And this is the game right here.
Well, I mean, North Forsyth has all
They've
three.
got their timeouts, but the way that Shiloh has been able to move the ball offensively.
Well, here's the thing. I agree and I disagree because has Shiloh lined up and ran the football outside of maybe one real running play. So here's the thing. If you're committed to it the way they are, then what you have to do right here is if you get this stop, then as bad as you're going to look at me cross-eyed when I say this, but the ball is going to be at, what, the 22, maybe this 15. If you save something, that's a trick. They're going to be looking for run. You run a reverse. Oh, they got too many people on the field. Oh, he's wide open.
Oh, my goodness.
What a call. And the pass is complete to Colton Vela.
And they went away. Coach, it's a chess game. They couldn't hit the screen. They couldn't complete the screen to save their lives. They had that pivot reverse throw that was snuffed out all game long, so they went away from it just long enough to lull them into that false sense. And then they go to it, and it's right there.
Oh, wow. If he doesn't trip, guy came right through C-gap and tripped, or he blocks it and we're tied. But there's just under 2 minutes, and it's 35-34. North Forsyth has dropped 21 here in the fourth quarter. After scoring, 14 in the first, bagels in the second and the third. And they come out here.
It's just unreal.
And, man.
And it can't be understated how hard it is to throttle down and then try to throttle back up. It's one of the hardest things to do in football as a defense. And it's why you have so many kids who in that situation you say, okay, we're throttling down, we're going to play soft a little bit here, and they don't want to. They want to keep attacking, and I'm of the same mind. I mentioned Upson Lee earlier, 56-0. They lead Mount Zion in the fourth quarter. Mount Zion still looking for their first win on the season. Probably not going to get it here tonight. Oglethorpe County taking care of Riverside Military Academy 63-12. That's a final as well.
Last reported score I got from Perry and Howard was Perry 35, Howard nothing.
And Arabia Mountain does take care of Locust Grove 13-12 as that one goes out of bounds. I'm making them re-kick.
Against North Forsyth.
Yeah.
You can take the ball at the 35, but I'm making them re-kick here. Because it looks like they're going to take it at the 35, but
Not at the 30, big guy. Not at the 30, big guy. Where are you going?
Griffin has been a step away.
What are they doing? What is he doing?
There we go.
Boy, could you just hear me right there? Could you hear the just angst in my voice about ready to blow
And so
a
now,
gasket? Well, now you don't have to
empty
answer.
formation. And Harden, who has been so good all night long, first throw just out of reach, and they
Okay.
had the first down right there.
So I'm going to say this. If you're going to do what North Forsyth just did, and you're going to bring all of these people, then I am about to rip you in the middle of the field. They're going to bail, right?
And right on cue over the middle, and there's that man Curry once again making a tough – it was already a tough catch.
Injury timeout.
And you hate to see this one.
Yeah, this is not anything you want to see.
And can't quite see the number there, but it looks like it might be number 1, Mr. Smith.
And these dudes from Shiloh have played their hearts out.
And no, it's actually number 6. And so looks like he's
That's
up,
Imuzi.
and he is walking off under his own power. So looks like maybe just got the wind knocked out of him. He took a hard shot there from Curry at the end, made a difficult catch even harder.
Now, I'm when I was talking about hitting him in the middle, it's right now. It's not 20 yards down the field. I mean, the guy came out of the inside trips guy when he released up the field. Who's the guy they threw the skinny post to right there? The guy in the slot had a nice cushion on that guy. He just runs a drive route up underneath him, and you flip it to him, and then it turns into a screen.
Yep.
You're just running as fast as you can. Now, they're not going to blitz him right here because it's 3rd and 10. Oh, my word.
Oh, no.
And I think Mr. Harden.
Griffin, the intended receiver pass is incomplete.
Now, here, all right, we're back at that statement. Do you come after him?
Well, they got pretty good pressure there with a 4-man pressure. You had Miller coming off the edge, who pressured pretty well off of the left tackle. And I think a 4-man pressure probably does the trick. A 5-man pressure probably wins the game.
Now, you're going to go empty right here.
And we're going to get a timeout here
It's
from
got to
North
be
Forsyth.
timeout from North Forsyth.
There was way too much confusion there. You could see they were not on the same page, and that's the last thing that you need at this stage of the game.
And here's the thing. Empty, to me, in this situation, and I'm an empty guy, empty in this situation for me is one of those things where it's feast or famine. When you give them empty, you will know exactly where they're coming from. There will be no doubt about it. You will know that here it comes, this is what they're doing, this is how they're going to do it, and all that stuff. You also only have 5 to block. And the way we did things is if you didn't read it right, well, if somebody wasn't on the same page with the quarterback, it might not be a good thing. And Shiloh's going to look back on this if they don't convert right here. And the only thing they're going to think about is how many times they had the football inside the 20 and didn't score. Oh, my word. Story of the game.
scooped and scored.
That was the best case scenario for them.
It really was, because now it's going to stay it'll be a 9-point game if they make the extra point. Or excuse me, no. It'll be an 8-point game if they make the extra point. You go for 2?
I'm going heavy. I'm snapping the ball to 40, and I'm trying to win the game right here. That's got to be a point of discussion.
They're going to kick.
It's got to be a point. I have a timeout. I now have a 7-point lead. I can waste this timeout to discuss this. I realize what you're saying. They still have to get a 2-point conversion. But
they're going to make it 8.
Yeah.
But you know that Shiloh is going to go for 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
Your score, North Forsyth 42, Shiloh 34.
oh man. But you're absolutely right. That's exactly what they needed. It sounds counterproductive that they gave up a score on that, but they still have a chance now, does Shiloh.
And the bad part about it is if you were North Forsyth right there, you were yelling all the time. What did every defensive coach say? What did they say?
Fall on it.
Scoop and score. Scoop and score. And them guys were scooping, and that ball kept getting closer to the end zone, and everybody on Shiloh's sideline was going, fall on the ball. Fall on the ball. They have 1 timeout left. We take a knee. They call the timeout. The game's over.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've put everything back into play. And if this goes to overtime, it will be the wildest, wildest game on Friday night. I know one thing. I've worked myself up a nice little sweat over here. What a game.
Indeed. Here comes that pooch. And it goes right to Griffin.
That's a great tackle by number 42 right there. Absolutely perfect. Jacob Shirley again.
Surely you can't be serious.
Don't call me Shirley.
Jacob Shirley in on the stop.
Once again, we've been fired. Those who are responsible for sacking those have just been sacked. If you don't know Monty Python, I can't help you.
Line of scrimmage is the Shiloh 32-yard
So
line.
Shiloh's got to go
24 left to go in the
68 yards in 1 minute and 24 seconds. And somehow, some way, I think they can probably do it.
Well, we have to see a different Harden. He just did not look like the same Harden we saw through the first part of this game, and that's the Harden that we saw through the first 3.5 quarters.
I love that. Smith is going back and telling him, hey, it's out here. And he's like, hey, there's 5 guys in my face.
And still delivered.
A strike.
Yeah. But that is the Harden that he's going to need to be.
second down and 10.
And now if you're North Forsyth, you don't have to be as committed to bringing more pressure. You can sit back because they only have 1 timeout.
But they're bringing it. Free runner.
Oh, he fell
no.
down. You got to get up and snap it. You got to get up and snap it. Come on, ref. You got to hurry up, dude. I mean, it's kind of a crucial part of the game for you to be 2-stepping over there dropping the ball.
And Shiloh now taking their time.
Free rusher again. Oh, he intercepted that. He intercepted that ball.
No.
Yes, he did. Intercepted by number 19.
Wow. No. They're going to talk about this one. And it is an interception.
Unbelievable.
I thought that one hit the ground, but that was.
C.J. Linison.
What a catch on that. Scooped that one up just before it hit the ground. And where did Harden go on those last 2 series?
He's tired.
The old gassed. He was dynamite all game long.
The whole team, both teams. I mean, I know North Forsyth had struggled offensively in the second, third, but when they had to have it, just nails in the fourth quarter. Nails.
Yep.
And that's going to be it.
And,
what an absolutely
wow.
unbelievable football game. 28 points.
And we talked about it. North Forsyth just needed that one stop defensively. And when they got it, they did not look back.
And that's
so
it. Man.
We are going to finish things off here. North Forsyth High School taking care of business at home against Shiloh. They will improve to 2-0 in the region. 42-34, they win this one here. But I'm here to tell you, Shiloh is for real, too. They are really good.
Y'all did such a great job calling this game.
That was fun.
Y'all had so much entertainment across the board. Thank y'all so much. We got Alex Schaefer and Craig Chapman. I'm Bo McMichael here on the Score 58 Network. We'll say adieu until next Friday. Great job on the Friday night check down. Take care, gentlemen.
Please do us a big favor. Pick up any trash that is around you, whether it be yours or someone else's. Thank you for joining us tonight. Please drop